Hello. Hi. These trucks are so loud.
Yeah.
Hey, Kate. What you doing? Hi. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. I was trying to get my subs in here so I can bounce some ideas off of them. But it is seeming like everybody is busy. Hi, Lola Roo. Hey, Green. Hi. Did you notice Betty changed the title and thumbnail of the leaked audio? No, I haven't noticed. What'd she change it to, Kate the Great? So she still left it up even though she's been debunked? Why? Like, what's the point in leaving it up? I thought she said she would take it down once it was proven that the audio was fake. Lolaroo. There probably is a lot of people live. I didn't even check. My brain is just not there today. Hey, Voodoo. I initially thought she deleted it, but then realized she just changed the title and thumbnail. Hi, BTM. Hold on, I'll check what it is now. Okay, boo. Yeah, I didn't realize. I didn't even think to check to see who all was live. I was wanting to do like a private stream yard, but I don't know how to do all that. Hey, Dilly Dilly. So look, just for the few that are on here right now, I was thinking about doing on February 4th, doing a planned live stream on and do serial killer trivia with a reward for whoever gets the most correct. Would y'all be down for that? Thank you, Pray. It's going to be a night dedicated to serial killers, and we're going to play trivia. We'll have trivia questions pertaining to serial killers. Yeah, February 4th. I don't know. You might would, Amy. No, the reward will be either um, a virtual gift card or um, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, whichever. It's like it'll be a little cash reward. Whatever people prefer. You are a serial killer if you win. I thought it would be fun though, because my backdrop is going to basically be where I have my whole area. Like I'll be finally settled in and have all my stuff up, and it'll be like a start. You know what I'm saying? Like a start over, a rebranding almost. I'd totes win. I know that's why I can't play. I, I can't play. And it's going to be, I'm going to look for hard questions. We're going to do like 25 questions, and whoever has the most points at the end wins. But even if you're on panel, when the question is asked, you cannot answer on panel. You have to answer in chat along with everybody else in chat. That's the only way it's fair. The first one that comes up on my screen with the correct answer will be the one that gets that point. It's now titled Idaho 4. How many times did Brian K. enter the home? She should be ashamed. Yes, they do. Well, thank you, Amy. I want to do this. It's going to be like, again, like another startup. Like, okay, I finally got my shit together, you guys. And after that, I want to either do Hunt a Killer box, where they send me in 6 boxes over time, over 6 months, and we have to solve it. Or you can do one that is just one box and you solve it in one night. And I'm gonna start making that one night a week. We'll play that game, Hunt a Killer. How is that still not fair? Are you saying there's a okay? So then y'all won't be able to be. If you decide you want to play, you can be on panel. But if you decide you want to play, you'll have to jump off panel and be in chat while I read the questions. And you can come up and down as you please. I didn't know people on panel hear it faster, so there's a delay for chat. What do you mean, Amy? Yes, Stephanie Harlow and Bailey Sarian is who I've heard about this Hunt a Killer box. Now, I am willing to, because the night, I'm trying to, y'all know I have a hard time with words. I'm terrible at explaining stuff. The one box that you can solve on like a family game night is $30. Or you can do the 6 month box where you get 6 seasons, and at the end you figure it out. Everything, all the paperwork, everything will be scanned in for that box. So the autopsy report, the same way I'm seeing it, everybody else will be seeing it. Okay, so the only way to fix that, I'm sorry for the background noise, y'all. I'm on my back porch. it's quitting time. So people are going home from work. The only way to ensure that it's fair is if you want to be on panel the whole time, that means you can't play. Like B-Tim can play, but I know he won't. Well, no, B-Tim could play because I'd be sending the you can send virtual gift cards through email. But the only way to ensure that all the people have a fair chance is that if you're wanting to play, you stay in chat, and then when the game's over, you can come back up on panel. What do y'all think? Ideas, please, ideas. Okay, there's a hunt a killer box. You can either get the subscription boxes, which is 6 boxes. And so over 6 months, you have time to solve this crime. Or you can get the one box that you can solve in one sitting. See what I'm saying? Okay, so B10 would be on panel because he wouldn't want to play. It went out, baby. It does sound fun, right? So, but the serial killer night, it'll be kind of like what Kate did. Kate does crime. It'll be kind of like what she did with the John Bonet. It's just a night specifically for this serial killer trivia. And I think it would be so much fun, and there's a reward in it. So why not, right? And then we can decide that night. We will also go through the Hunt a Killer website, and we can decide if we want to do that and make it to where it's one night a week, a designated night. Every single week we would play that game and have a game night. I got you, Boston. I just re-explained it. Yeah, yeah, Amy. That's normal. Hey, Hills. Yeah, that's totally normal. Just because it looks like you're the first on your end, because it would look like that on your end. But it would be fair to do it by who pops up first on my screen. So, serial killer night will be February 4th. I'll set it up. That's a Saturday night. We could either do it Friday night or Saturday night. That will be February 4th. And on February 4th, we'll decide how we'll go through it on my computer. And I'll show you guys the website, unless you want to go look at it yourself. It's huntakiller.com. But I'll show it on the screen for those who haven't had time to look it up or something. And we'll decide then what kind of box we want. Okay, so Friday night. I think it'll be fun. And then if B Tim's not playing, he can be on panel with me to help me watch the comments, because it'll show up the same for him as it does for me, I'm sure. Right? BTM, would you be down to co-host my serial killer night? Or are you scared to do that? Yeah, and then we'll have our regular nights where we talk about the tragedy pimps and stuff, because my channel is true crime and drama that surrounds the true crime community. So what? Trauma. I am a trauma channel, so I want to have a little bit of each. So we'll do one night where we just, or a few nights where we just talk shit about whatever, true crime, grifters, whatever. But then we'll have it one designated night a week that we do true crime games. I think that would just be so much fun. I'm thinking like 7 or 8. I don't know what. Oh, that's the same time for you. 7 or 8. What do you think, B Tim? Ooh, that sucks. Oddly, that game is connected to Chris McDonough and the Cold Case Foundation. Ooh, I've heard it's worth it though. Right now, it's 418 for me, B Tim. I think you're. Yeah, I think we decided this the other night. Remember, New York time is the same, right? So then it would be after your dinner time. It'll be your evening chill time, but it won't be too late to where you're sleepy and want to go to bed. What'd she do? Nope. I'm gonna get 25 trivia questions, or I might make up some of my own trivia questions because I know a lot about serial killers. I have studied serial killers since I was, because my dad was a deputy and like he would tell me shit. I mean, I've always been intrigued. So I've been studying serial killers since I was a little girl. I know that's weird. Yeah, so we'll set it up then. We'll do that. And then we'll figure out the honey killer box that night after the game. Yeah, last night she was defending DM. Yeah. Not weird to me. I was watching the show Silk Stockings at age 12. I mean, it is what it is, right? It is sickening. I mean, did she blame DM? Was she going after DM? I don't watch Molly. I did see Molly going after Brian's mom, and I did a video on that. Boston, Tim, did y'all see that they took my video? They copyright claimed me. They did Queen too, because I used that Law and Order intro on that Fartgate video and the theme song. So I redid it. I made my own theme song at the beginning. It's still Law and Order, but it's me. Oh, I didn't know she was against Dylan. Hi, Lily. Yeah, they did. They didn't strike me. They just copyrighted me. Took my video, blocked it in the US. It was doing good too. Like, damn, I hope the one I just posted does just as good as. Oh, y'all gotta go back and watch the new intro though, and let me know what you think. She was just as bad to DM as she was his parents, but worse. Oof, that's not good. I'll have to go. I can't keep up with Bullhorn and all their shenanigans. Like it's hard to keep up with people who have no moral compass. You know what I'm saying? Because they're always doing shysty shit. Oh, you've already seen it? Oh my God, I forgot to add you in towards the end of the intro because you came in right when it was all settling down. I thought I tagged you though. Did I tag you? I'll have to go look. No, I didn't. The rest of the video is the same. The intro is different. Yeah. They were like, Fartgate? Take this shit down. Okay. Did I tag you though, Boston? I don't know if I tagged you. No tag though. It's okay. No biggie. No, I'm going to tag you, boo. I'll go into my studio and tag you. You like it, Dilly Dilly? Was it good? Yes, Skyzy. They did a great job. That's what Queen's channel got struck for, though, because she played snippets of it. 48 hours don't play around. Did you like it, BTM? I love that name, Dilly Dilly. What's that come from? I've heard that before. Dilly Bar? Dilly Bar? Dilly Dilly? No, I've heard Dilly Dilly somewhere. I did see that she had a live and that Bullhorn and Hash Brown joined, but I haven't had time to snip it yet because literally I worked forever on that video yesterday, all day. And then this morning I corrected it. I fixed it. So I haven't had time to watch yet. Yes, I did. Bud Light commercial? Dilly Dilly? Dilly Dilly. I feel like I've heard that. So it had to be from the Bud Light commercial. Dilly Dilly around? Yeah? No, Dilly Dally. Is it Dilly Dally or Dilly Dolly? Dilly Dally around. My husband said he has no clue. He's not that white. Hello. Hello, cat. I'm sure I will. I seen that they were on there. I just haven't watched it. Because I was telling Queen and them that I seen them on there. Nothing amazes me with them anymore. But the fact that she is leaving that fucking video up when she said she would take it down when she was proven to be wrong, that the audio was fake. And she's still leaving it up, just changing the name. You know who taught her to do that? So you see the lawyer video about the possibility that the DNA evidence might be thrown out due to privacy laws and not having a warrant for the trash? Did you hear me?
Maybe. Unless they did have a warrant for the trash.
I don't think they did have a warrant for the trash, did they?
Well, technically, once it's thrown away, you don't really have it's
public.
You don't own rights to it once it's thrown away.
But it is if you pay for that trash can, right? But he didn't even just use their trash can. He used the neighbor's trash cans as well.
I'm saying you just dispose of it. Once it's disposed, it's weird. That's like dumpster diving. Like you can't get in trouble for dumpster diving.
The only way you can get in trouble for dumpster diving is if there's signs posted and you still do it, or if they come out, catch you, and say, "Hey, we don't want you to do that," and you do it anyways. That's how they can get you for dumpster diving.
Same concept.
Some states, they need a warrant, Tim said.
Maybe not. I don't know.
I did not see that. Thank you, Chronicles. Oh, because the trash was in the nature. I did not hear that. I saw a search warrant for BK's apartment was sealed. I did see that the search warrant for his apartment was sealed due to public safety. Like the issue of it affecting public safety. I mean, do we really need to go into this? Me and my husband see it two ways. I see it as, okay, well, if it's due to, if it could possibly harm public safety, I would think that's because some of the information they have, if they put it out, it could impede the investigation or cause a mistrial and he'd be out. And that would impede public safety. My husband sees it as, what was it? How it would affect public safety? If someone else was involved in it that and we knew about it, that would affect public safety. My husband thinks it's like how like Delphi had like this secret pedo ring. Only two people were guilty or had, something to do with the Delphi girls, but it connected to other people that were into the same shit they were. Yeah, my husband thinks it's something like that. Oregon, they need a warrant. Do they need a warrant in Pennsylvania, BTM? Hey, Ellie. Thank you, babe. Hey, perfectly imperfect. Looking into PA right now, actually, Pecan. Johnson sent you a Discord message with a video of the American Lawyer YouTube channel. Okay. Is that also, is the American Lawyer the one that does the videos about those two dummies, Andrew Tate and the other guy? That's it. Look, Ellie said, I was just listening to something about that sealed search warrant. They think it could be other murders involved or privacy of additional murders or additional witnesses. Yeah, he agrees. Bye, Pray. Thank you for stopping by, babe. Pecan says she thinks PA is clear. Hey, voice. Did you like it, baby? I doubt they did. Huh. Look, if they do that, beat him, I think they'd find another way to get him. They're not going to let him out. They know too much. That's what I think, perfectly imperfect. That's what I'm saying. It's one or two things. One of two things. I think it could hurt the case. My husband thinks it's probably connected to other situations. See, Ellie said, I thought trash don't need warrants. That's what my husband said too. But we don't know. We're not, Hey, Johnson, what was that Christmas bud name you was smoking? Gonna get me some. The Christmas bud. Did we have Christmas bud?
What?
Bud? Or are you talking about the bud that I was smoking around Christmas time? Somebody that asked me what kind. She said, what was that Christmas bud name you was smoking? Gonna get me some. I'm like, oh, did we get any special Christmas bud? Did we have edibles around Christmas time? I have no idea, baby. That's true, Ellie. B Tim, Ellie, do y'all want to come up here? I was just doing a quick live to bounce ideas because I know Queen's going live in a little bit, but I just checked and she hasn't set it up yet. I know she had to go get her kids from school, so I was trying to, make it a quick live. But if y'all want to come up here, because that's a lot of typing, or anybody for that matter, I can drop the link if y'all want it. There you go, babies. I know a lot of people don't like to type, so I got y'all.
Yeah, what's up?
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Just the usual.
Okay, so it'll be easier now. You won't have to type paragraphs.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's interesting because, like, the lawyer explains a couple of laws. Like, he claims that certain states like Oregon, you have to have a warrant, and he cites like warrantless search. Like you could do a warrantless search. He cites a case California versus Greenwood, but he says that there's a possibility that what's the expectation of privacy, like debating on what the expectation of privacy for your trash. Maybe like there's a possibility that there could be a state law that kind of screws over this guy from actually having the DNA used, so it's interesting. And also he's putting his trash in his neighbor's like trash at 4 a.m. in the morning. So if he had a warrant for that guy for his dad's trash, right? What happens if they search the neighbor's trash if they have a warrant for that trash? And if, let's say, that trash is still in the backyard, because we don't know where the trash, I know this is kind of a silly subject, I get it, but let's say the trash is technically not in the curb, but still in the property, could the defense attorney be like, hey, it's not abandoned yet because it's not on the curb?
Yes, if it's not on the curb, yes.
I mean, that's the thing. I thought to myself a little bit when I was watching that video and looking up Pennsylvania. So, I mean, I hope the cops actually did all the right things and waited for it to go on the curb before they start searching trash.
I would think they did, but I mean, you just never know. But even if they didn't and they try to throw that out due to the warrant, do you think they don't have enough of the other circumstantial evidence to keep him in there and instead using the trash, doing a
I don't.
warrant for
I'm.
his
I mean,
swab?
I don't know what the other evidence they have. Let's say they threw out the DNA. What we know is really, I don't know if they have other evidence. They probably have other stuff they haven't put in, and probably. But I mean, I'm just saying that's an interesting like attack, because like a lot of people, their opinions of this guy being guilty is based on DNA evidence. So if suddenly the DNA evidence is thrown out and the jury can't hear about the DNA evidence that they collected, and they have to find another avenue to compare his DNA evidence, that would be kind of interesting. Because
Yeah, because the DNA puts the nail in the coffin. Outside of that, you've got his pings and footage
yeah,
and stuff.
which could be
That's
easily
really it.
explained, away by the
Hmm.
defense attorney. You can even explain away the witness's statement about the bushy's eyebrows, because you can easily say, well, it was night, he had a mask on. I mean,
Hey, Tim.
how you
Hey,
doing?
Betty.
Hey, Joneson. Go ahead. Keep.
Yeah, I mean, like, just like that gets me a little worried, because like that lawyer's video is pretty. Because this lawyer is the American, I tossed the channel. It's called America's Attorney, and his discussion about it is kind of interesting, because it goes to an avenue that I didn't really think about, like possibility that the garbage could, because it wasn't a genealogy thing. It was just they went through his trash, and what happens if like such a small little fuck up by the cops suddenly makes this whole thing get thrown out, the DNA evidence.
Did you watch the OJ thing I put in the back for you?
No, I didn't get a chance. Let me see. Yeah, I didn't see anything in the back, man. I just see hold
Hey,
up.
Ellie,
Oh, I
baby.
put it in Queens.
Hey.
Here, I'll put it back again. 1 second.
So where'd you hear about the DNA being thrown out? Or are you just saying that's a hole in the case? Because that was like right before they arrested him. So I think they had like.
Well, they got the
watching
DNA.
him.
What happened? Yeah, they were watching him, and what they did was they compare. They went to the trash to compare the DNA
Yeah.
that he had. So the whole idea is that how would they been able to confirm that was the DNA without the trash DNA?
Oh,
So
okay,
let's say a defense attorney somehow throws that out as evidence, then because it's it's basically just improper how they did their search or
that
whatever.
DNA was still on the knife, and they ended up running that direct DNA from the knife into.
But what would be the probable cause? What would be the reason for the arrest? What was in the affidavit, the probable cause affidavit, the comparison of the DNA? So suddenly you can't arrest someone based on like the impropriety of you searching evidence, and then suddenly say, well, we checked your DNA afterwards. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's very. I'm hoping I'm just being kind of dumb.
I think they were also running, like, this is what I heard too. They were also running that genealogical DNA profile like at the same time. You know what I mean? As they were running that, supposedly, but they won't say that because it's like there's a lot of controversy. Like we were talking about that one day. You know what I mean? Those systems that you could upload like your 23andMe's.
I don't think they used the 23andMe. I think what they did was they compared his garbage. They just basically
They did. But I'm saying like concurrent with that, they were doing like a genealogical DNA as well.
I thought that was proven false. The whole genealogy DNA thing.
I mean, it could. I don't think it was proven. I don't think it was proven at all. But like they said, chances are they were like still working that in like as a backup. Do you know what I mean? Before they caught him, because a lot of it's like circumstantial. But I'm sure they got like some kind of like warrant because they were about to arrest him.
And the problem is that they might have gotten DNA from him when he's arrested. But if the whole reason why he's been arrested was based on DNA, that DNA probably would be thrown out too. Because then they would be like kind of like fruit from the poisonous tree type of deal.
Yeah, but don't you think that if they knew the laws in Pennsylvania, and if you can't get like trash without a warrant,
I mean,
like where did that rumor come from? You're just trying. Is that just like a hole that a
no? That's based on case law that the guy stated. I think it's it's based on a lawyer video explains it's California Greenwood versus Greenwood, and it says I think it says police investigators having received. It's like based on that case. You can actually watch the lawyer explains Idaho murder affidavit.
Okay.
I put it in the chat. I'll put it back, but he explains what the possibility that could be a problem based on how they get the DNA. So I mean, like it's definitely food for thought.
Are you wanting to play it, B10?
Yeah, I'll play it if you want. I'm just
also, guys,
just share it and I'll throw it on.
Dylan's room, the window, that wasn't like facing like the front. That was in the back, correct?
I think it was the front. I think it was like towards the street. Am I right, Ellie?
I mean, I could like you could pull up that she was like I could picture it. It was like above
I think the chat probably will
Bethany's
know.
room,
Yes.
like on the left.
Someone says yes, it was the front. No, it's the back. Okay, so someone's
The
it's
front,
the back.
front
That's
left.
what I thought. That's what I
No?
thought. Because
the
Justin
front
last
left?
night in the show, I pop in and he's got like the thing circled, and I see a bunch of people in the chat saying that's the wrong window. So I put, I'm like, dude, that's the wrong window. And he's also saying the killer parked here for sure. And I'm like, that's also not 100. You know what I mean?
I thought he parked in the back of like the tree line.
That's where that's where he circled. But that I don't think that's been
No, it hasn't been proven either.
Yeah.
It's not been proven. I think it's Gray just did a diagram. I think he did a diagram where the car parked.
When I put that in the chat, he brought my comment up and he's like, no, that's the right window, I believe. But there was like 50 people in the chat telling him it's the wrong window. It's like, get your shit straight before you.
Ellie should know. Ellie's the expert. Or Joneson, either or. They're quiet. Probably she has like a miniature house of like the Idaho 4 in their house, Joneson. It's like built already.
No, not me, Ellie. Ellie.
Yeah. I'll play the video if you want.
You're good. Play. Do however you want to do.
A blend of old-fashioned criminal investigation and cutting-edge criminology will be hotly contested at trial. I'm Josh Stanford. I'm America's attorney. We are growing a special community here. Join us. It's time we're fatally stabbed in their home in Miami. And we all wanted answers. And you heard rumors and grumbling from people in the weeks following the murder. Oh, the cops aren't doing anything. There's no leads. They're never going to catch this guy. It's all nonsense. Because we have so much access to so much information all the time these days, when we're so connected, we wrongly assumed that cops weren't making progress. But the best police work is almost always done in secret. They can't spook the target of the investigation. So I guess, yeah, shame on us, at least a little bit, for not letting the cops do their job. Now, the affidavit used to secure the arrest warrant became public on January 5th, and it has revealed a lot. Now, it doesn't take a law degree to understand an affidavit, but there are elements people tend to gloss over unless you know what to look for. The affidavit is, of course, a sworn police statement that convinces a judge to let a suspect be arrested. And like many, it's pages and pages long. The element in question for this video is trash. Straight trash. The Idaho police and the FBI were able to identify Kohberger as the primary initial suspect due to video surveillance of his car, which led to him, which led to his family, which led to his dad's trash, which led to DNA recovered from his dad's trash. His father's DNA was a match to the DNA found in the sheath at the crime scene, granting the officials the evidence they needed to convince the judge to let them make the arrest. Whoa. Say what? The cops dug through someone's trash to get their DNA? Is that even legal? There are a few issues to unpack here because this is a mix of very old and very new detective work. Trash digging has been a part of police work and really raccoon work for a long time. And that's not the weirdest part. It may have all been for nothing. There is a small chance that the trash evidence gets thrown out like trash because of the trash privacy laws. That's right. Trash has rights. Kind of. Your trash and Brian Kohberger's trash and Brian Kohberger's father's trash could be protected by state law. This is a huge deal because everyone wants to know just how far the cops can go without a warrant. Could the law be used by Kohberger's lawyers to tear this case apart? Now, United States law is very clear, and it's based on a 1988 U.S. Supreme Court case called California versus Greenwood, that no individuals hold a reasonable expectation of privacy in their trash. But, and this is a big but, state courts are allowed to impose stricter trash privacy laws than the federal law creates. One such state that has done this is Oregon. Now, for you guys who don't know geography, Oregon borders Idaho. In Oregon, the police cannot search your trash without a warrant. Now, the U.S. Supreme Court sets the threshold for individual rights, and they do this usually by an interpretation of the Bill of Rights and later amendments. But states are free to provide individuals with more rights, more than the rights guaranteed by the United States government. One easy example that we're all familiar with is minimum wage. There's a federal law that sets minimum wage, but many states have laws that increase that minimum, and they can do that, but they can't decrease it. There's a good chance that Koberger's lawyers are going to try to get Idaho to declare a new rule that doesn't allow the trash to be pilfered without a warrant. Bad news for my friend here, who never has a warrant. And he brought his friends. And the rule that the acquisition of DNA was an unlawful search and seizure could come under attack. The prosecution will argue that there's no reasonable expectation of privacy in one's trash. That's the law of the land. Most people aren't criminals, and most people want the cops to find the criminals. And if they're silly enough to put evidence in the trash, then they deserve to be caught. Now, a wrinkle here is that while the trash that the cops searched was technically Koberger's dad's trash, it was actually recovered from his neighbor's cans. They had Koberger under surveillance, and they watched him hide his trash in his neighbor's cans at 4 a.m.? Guilty much? But this raises the question, could the police quickly get a warrant for the neighbor's trash? That's very impractical, maybe impossible. At least that's what the prosecution will argue. They'll say, look, he did this at 4 a.m. It's 6 a.m. The trash guy could come by. There aren't a lot of judges working at 5 a.m. So what's next for this case? Now, Koberger has a right to a speedy trial that's guaranteed by the Sixth Amendment. What does that mean? It means he has 9 months, which is the end of September of this year, unless he asks, not the prosecution, for an extension to that trial date while he just sits there in jail. Since that deadline exists,
can you pause it
his
1
team is going
second
to
before I
need
forget?
to file.
Why would he say that they were passing new law in Idaho for trash when it was found in PA? That's what I don't
I don't think he
understand.
knows that. He thought that it was found in Idaho. I don't think he knows that. He
No,
was
I
found in
think
Pennsylvania.
I think he was just using Oregon as an example, my guess. But I think obviously he knows where the trash is found, but I think he was
Okay.
using it as an example, really, of some states that would provide like some sort of protection for trash.
And
You know what I
also,
was
isn't it
thinking,
illegal
though?
to throw your trash out in your neighbor's trash as it is?
But you know
That's what I
what?
thought.
They lived in like a gated community, which is like an HOA, and HOA like pays for like trash usually through like water stuff. Like I think he lived in an. I heard that he lived in a gated community, which is an HOA, and because they said that the FBI was working with his gated community, so maybe that's
That
how
would be
they
the
worked
homeowners
with it.
association HOA then. Yep.
Yeah. So maybe that's how they got like by superseding like laws because HOA like they are responsible for the trash and they pay for it. So maybe there's weird HOA laws like maybe that's also how they because it said FBI was working with his gated community before they made the arrest. Just like a thought about like how the trash was, collected like lawfully. You know
Yeah.
what I
But
mean?
think about touch DNA. You throw something in someone else's trash, their trash, your trash, all combined, you have multiple DNA.
I don't know too much about the DNA, but it's just a very interesting perspective that this guy is talking about because I haven't heard anyone else talk about that possibility. And I'm sure that's probably what the defense is probably thinking, like, because the main thing that really ties this arrest together is the DNA. And if you can
No, the
figure out
witness, I feel though,
the
like
witness,
Dylan.
the
Yeah.
witness could not identify that person
But that
perfectly.
led to them getting phone records. You know what I mean? Because that was like privacy stuff. Like they were talking about that like was a Fourth Amendment right that they
Let me ask you a
found.
question. Would you, I mean, let's say we're just working with the evidence that we know they got from the probable cause affidavit, which is basically like, okay, the possibility of a tall male, lean, with bushy eyebrows, and the fact that this guy that they see is driving around in the area. Would that be enough to arrest a man for murder of 4 people?
No, definitely not. I mean,
Hell
they got
the
the
fuck no.
car, and then they got like
It
the
could
cell
be
phone
Heels. It
records.
could. I mean, like, I'm not going to doubt that Heels. He probably is looking for content. This lawyer. I mean, he does.
Oh, he just
go
gave
for-
everybody content today. What do you think?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't totally like buy. I mean, I see what he's talking about, but I feel like they had to have that check in place. Like this, the police department has been really good at doing their job, and I'm sure they worked with like the FBI for this capacity because they even said they worked. The FBI kind of was watching him for 4 days. I'm sure they were involved in like the DNA and probably working with like an HOA
Yeah,
or who knows,
but the
or
key,
a warrant.
The key is that first, is the neighbor's garbage on the curb, or did the neighbor put it on the curb, or was it still on his property? I don't know. Maybe he didn't. Number two, if it's in the curb, then this is just a moot point, and this guy's just teaching us about.
It's on the curb. Yeah,
If it's on the curb, then it's a moot point, and basically it's good.
It's on the curb. You know what I mean? And if he went over to the neighbors, like I could just see being like gated communities, you have to Like there's laws about freaking garbage, like when you can put it out, when you can't put it out. Like my mom lived in one, like I lived in this little one, but they're the worst. Like
Yeah,
they
that's
have
a
so many
hazmat rule,
laws.
basically.
So
Yeah.
but because of like animals, too, getting into the trash. So they have laws about the trash. So, and if they were working with this gated community, I just have a feeling, but I don't know. That's just an
Well,
idea.
even if this guy is wrong in his assessment, he's putting up an interesting point for your education for the future. Because now, like
Yeah.
everyone's in the true crime, it's good to learn about what some states need warrants. So maybe in the future you might watch a true crime case and you watch in Oregon and someone searched trash, you would know. So even if this guy is wrong, he's still teaching you. He might be like,
yeah, of course.
he says there's a possibility that he got it wrong, but this is like the laws of trash. Obviously, this guy is going for videos that are kind of trending, which is obviously the Idaho 4 case is trending.
So,
but it's good to know. I mean, like, listen, the more you know, the better. I mean, like, listen.
Yeah. It made you
I
look
think it's
into
educated.
it.
Yeah.
What do you guys
Yeah.
think the over-under is today on how many content creators do a live on just this trash thing?
I don't know.
I'm going to go over 4 for sure.
Why are they really talking? What are they saying? That is it?
No,
is it
just
a big
there's not much coming out right now, and this is the newest thing. So I have a feeling this is going to be.
But let me just play the last 2 minutes of it because I think it's 2 minutes.
It's the evidence obtained from the warrant-free trash search within the next 60 days or so, and they most likely will. But I'm telling you, right here, right now, this motion is going to be denied. The trash is coming into evidence, friends, and that stinks for Coburger. But it might be a very, very, very pleasing aroma for justice. Now, does this mean that everyone's trash is open season for the police? My guy. That depends on what state you're in. Some people might feel violated in knowing that federal law allows police officers to dumpster dive in your trash. You may feel like it's a violation of your privacy. It's important to keep in mind that laws like that established in California versus Greenwood allow for events like the arrest of Brian Koberger. Most of us want that to happen. Maybe you don't. And now is the time for you to drop your pro se opinion. Get down into the comments below. I want to know what you think.
All right, I guess you can all go down to the below and talk to this guy about his video.
Yeah, that's what he wanted, a little bit of a engagement.
Yeah, obviously. But I mean, it's an interesting argument. I mean, like, I thought it was like, I never thought about the trash thing. What do you think, Jones? You've been quiet. Jones has been very quiet.
She put in the back, hold it down. She's got it. She was doing something.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was placing an order.
She's back.
I'm back.
Oh, placing an order. I'm guessing the nefarious type of orders.
No.
In order.
No.
So he just made a big stink overnight. No, he's basically putting in the possibility of what the defense team might try to do, which is basically the trash. Try to figure out a way to throw out the trash. Well,
But don't you think they got like a warrant for that? Like,
no, I don't think they got a warrant. I don't think they got a warrant for the trash because Pennsylvania law is curbside. So, like, if it's on the curb, it should be good. But I don't know. It's an interesting thought.
if
I
he was
would
in
have
an
assumed it
people-
was from the
gated-
curb.
It was in the
People
curb. I
are
feel like it was in
saying
the
his
curb.
lawyer brought this up. People have
His-
taken whatever that, and they're saying that his lawyer, this Amy whoever, has brought that up and trying to get it thrown out. Is this
I-
true or no?
I don't know.
No,
I don't
I
know.
don't think so. I didn't hear anything.
You see how rumors go? Someone saw
Yeah.
this video and they're saying, oh, his lawyer's getting it thrown out because they took it from the neighbor's trash.
No, it wouldn't work.
Because I
that
seen
way.
it earlier somewhere. And
They
I'm
still
like,
have
what?
his
Is this true?
DNA. you know?
Yeah. And hopefully more. Hopefully a lot more.
He just said that it might try to do it, and that is what matters because it will be denied. So big stink. Yeah. I mean, it's like, but those people probably who said that probably didn't really understand that Pennsylvania is like a curbside. Because I looked into Pennsylvania, I was like, does Pennsylvania have a privacy law? I was like, oh shit. I
You
hope
would
they
think
don't.
that dude would have looked that up beforehand, but like you said, he's probably doing it for content.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. He's a YouTube lawyer.
Oh, he's actually a lawyer, but he's a YouTube lawyer.
He's a lawyer and he does YouTube. There's called LawTube, where there's a bunch of real practicing lawyers, criminal lawyers or civil lawyers that do YouTube on the side, and they make millions of views.
Wow.
I watch
they-
so much LawTube. I watch
Cool.
a lot of like Emily Baker. She's really good. If anybody wants to watch anybody, like,
Oh,
there's some really good LawTube people.
before I forget, because you know I will. T Rev put out like, I don't know, maybe 3 minutes of his fucking of his like law and crime interview, right? He didn't play the whole thing, but it's like he doubled down on it. Actually, might being the guy, even though he put out to all his fucking supporters and fans that it wasn't the guy. But now I can't find. I searched all night and all today. I couldn't find it on the. Oh no, it was on News Nation, not Law and Crime. I couldn't find it anywhere on News Nation. Do you think they maybe chose not to put it out there? Because what he did, and let me know if this is illegal. What he did is he recorded the entire segment, the 25-minute segment, on his own StreamYard while he was waiting back there, and with other people that came on as well. When he's waiting in the back, and himself, and then put a partial of his interview with Kumo. Is that illegal?
I'm sorry. Can you state that again? I'm sorry. I was trying to look up the question for. Is that
News Nation did a interview with T-Rev, right?
I couldn't find it anywhere either. I looked for it because I heard about
They
it.
chose not to air it, right? But he recorded it and then aired it.
Yeah, he only aired like 2.5 minutes of it. He's like, trust me, guys, there's another 6 minutes coming, and then it's a whole 25-minute episode. He's like, I recorded the whole thing, and then he showed on his live. He just like ran through how you can put something on the screen and run through the entire thing to show how long it is. He goes, this is how long it is. Just ran through it real quick. The date was on the girl that went on the date was on there. I wonder if they chose not to put it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they realized what his recording was bullshit, and they didn't want to put it out there.
Like Dolly.
But he put it out, and it's like on his live. It was 5 minutes into live. I can bring it up if you put it in the back chat if you want. And it shows him and Kumo talking for about 2.5 minutes, and then he brings it down. He's like, "All right."
You mean Cuomo?
Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce the name. Kumo.
Don't worry, I'm on the same club. I mispronounce names all the time. I just know the guy because I had to work with one of his family members.
Oh, really? But what do you guys think? Is that illegal for him to do? I mean, I don't know.
Why would it be illegal? I don't think it would be illegal. Why would it? It's no expectation of privacy. They're just basically like, he can record. He could do his own recording if he wants to. I mean, I think that's perfectly legal.
And he could put. I mean, without asking Luke Cuomo, or was it Cuomo?
He doesn't need to. There's no expectation of privacy. They're doing an interview. Like, there's a lot of people that do if I go on a show, there's a lot of people that record, even if it's going to be like recorded by one side, they record for their own just in case things get edited out. So, I mean, like, it's actually kind of smart for him. I mean, I'm going to give T-Rev some credit today. It's kind of smart that he recorded it himself just in case he gets fucked over by the mainstream media.
Chronicles of the Shade just said it's on Twitter, posted by News Nation. So I guess it is on Twitter. I couldn't find it on YouTube.
Yeah.
I was looking last night for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm by. I don't like T-Rev, but I don't think that's illegal.
I was just curious about what I'm curious about what he had to say on there.
Yeah, because he acts like it could be the killer, it's really weird.
Because even other people are thinking like hidden true crime. Even remember they said, and they're the ones that came out with that the health talk thing. So I don't know. There's people that do think it could be, but I don't think. I don't
think it's him. It's absolutely 100%.
And he debunked it anyway because he called the same guy back and doxed him, and people don't get that part of the story. Yeah, I don't understand how News Station didn't.
I mean, obviously, obviously, Koberger is in jail, so he's not taking any calls. So
no. Yeah, that's for sure.
But he debunked his own shit and then went on the show and acted like it was, he never said anything about debunk. You know what I mean? I don't know. It was just really good.
Well, they wanted to interview him, so he was like, all right, I
mean, I think T-Rev's just T-Rev, they probably didn't want to use his content because he just they knew that what he did was fake. And also, I think someone probably did some research on him a little bit. And they saw a lot of his lives and they probably said, fuck, we can't have this guy on.
Tim, you know what he was wearing? A red YOLO hat and a red shirt. And the guy's like, oh, what's the hat you on? YOLO. You only live once. Oh, that's fitting. It was fucking really, really weird. And I guess they asked him to change his hat before. And he said,
I mean, obviously for a murder, you're discussing a murder. You only live once is probably not an appropriate.
No.
Yeah, man. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He talks like he's real, I don't know, ghetto. I don't know. It's really weird. I don't know. It wasn't professional, in my opinion. I think go ahead.
What? T-Rev's not professional?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying there. Trust me. But I mean, he could have at least, looked the part type thing for about 5 minutes. But yeah. I don't know. I just found it wild. I couldn't find it all last night. If someone can put it, if anyone can put it in the back chat for me, if they find it, let me know. I'd like to hear the whole 6 minutes of it because he only played 2 minutes of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think like they probably just didn't want to play him because he was just like, they don't want to put that. I mean, like Dolly even kind of somewhat dressed up. Even Dolly dressed up. So.
Oh, he was on something else this morning.
Oh, what did Dolly do?
He was just acting way out of character, talking about fuck, what was it? Oh, a meet and greet.
Uh-oh. He's doing a meet and greet.
He mentioned it,
He's getting his
but he
RV
was
ready.
he was a little more hyper than normal. And I mean, the whole thing was about the meet and greet where I came in at. I don't know. And then he ended it quickly because he kept losing signal. Like he kept buffering.
Is he looking for his 33, 34 flavor?
Hell, I don't know.
He's going for Britain. He's probably on the plane right now to go to Britain.
Yeah, right.
He's like,
See if they, like, wanted to go.
Yeah, probably.
He's got a skedaddle.
to
I wouldn't
England
do
right
it.
now.
I don't think meet and greets are a good idea.
I said that about Savages, thought about a meet and greet. I said that about meet and greets in general. They're worse. You think Discord's bad? Go to a meet and greet.
It's like a
That'll
meet
be
and
worse.
greet.
I mean, I've done
Discord
6 with my company, and maybe it's because it's a gambling. You know what I mean? It's a little bit different. They're fucking awesome though. We have so much fun.
Yeah, the difference is that
You probably have security, right?
No,
too?
the difference is that the people there are probably not fucking psychotic. Like there is a segment of this community that is fucking psychotic. That will be like, wow, we found out all Savages fans. Let's look up their jobs and call their bosses and fuck with their livelihoods.
Oh my God.
And that's what probably would happen.
And Jones, and you know how little my case is, what I do, because I've shared it with you. And people have asked me, I would like to meet you in person one day. I say, you better show up to the courthouse or a demonstration then.
I know, right?
Oh, speaking about
Zen
courthouse.
said, "Why are they bad, B10?"
Fuck you, Nicolina.
Okay,
Shit.
What happened?
Bro,
I don't know what he's talking about. Nicolina. I don't know. I was trying to
put
explain.
a picture up of Smoky Mountain, which is his girlfriend, and her late husband, military, who passed away.
Is that person in the chat?
No. In our chat?
But I'm saying, why are you cursing?
She said, speaking about court, he's taking her to court over it. So that's why I brought it up.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, is that person on chat?
No.
Why are meet and greets bad? Because every meet and greet I've ever seen has ended really fucking badly for everyone involved.
You'll probably attract more enemies than you will friends.
I mean, you don't think JLR will actually not come over to the meet and greet and take photos? Like, that's the thing. Like, the same thing happened with, Molly, Betty. People, they said, we're going to have a meet and greet in this restaurant. And someone came. Guess who came?
Now, see, it's like I like Savage and them, but I would not want to go to a meet and greet with Savage and them. Absolutely not. That'd be a train wreck waiting to happen. It would be too chaotic. Does that make sense?
Who's meet and greet?
You mean with others who showed up?
Yeah, because I think Savage is talking about doing a meet and greet.
Yeah, she's doing it's got to be smart. No, the problem is it's not about smart. You're going to realize that there are a segment of a group of people who are fans of Betty or Dolly or whatever, who will go there. They will take photographs of everyone that's gone there. They will get names of people, and then they will go after your livelihood. And it would just be like because what they do is they go after your fans. Like that's what happened to Pecan. She got reported for her account for just commenting on someone else's video, a very generic comment. And it's like, or you get into fights. Like I seen one meet and greet, I think with Ethan Ralph. He literally, like, some guy came there and punched him in the face. And then they grabbed a guy and took him around far from the cameras and started kicking and punching him off the stage. And then they maced the guy as an event at the end.
Well, me and my buddies in San Antonio, like 10 of us almost fought like 15 college kids at the March Men's. Someone
Who is banging?
That's someone fixing something outside my fucking apartment.
Yeah, I think people almost died in Tana Mojo's meet and greet because she basically didn't allow them to leave the sun. for hours, and they almost passed out due to dehydration.
Yeah, we'll do it. Oh, delirious. Who's this person? Are they a YouTuber?
Tana Mojo has millions of subs. She used to be more mainstream, but basically she's like, I don't even know. I think she does makeup and shit. I don't know what her channel, but she's known for like that event where she almost like she had like nothing, like it was the most horribly prepared event, and people had to be taken to the hospital because they were waiting outside too long in the sun, and it was just really bad.
That reminds me of that. What was it?
TanaCon.
Bahamas. Remember the Bahama one with fucking stop it, you sons of bitches. Sorry guys. The Bahama one with who was the Ja Rule? Ja Rule was behind it, and this other guy. And
you're talking about Fire
Yeah.
Island or Fire Festival?
Yep, exactly. The fire something, whatever it was. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was bad. That was going to jail bad for those people.
Yep. And then also the you probably all saw this one, the latest oh my god, what's it called? Woodstock 99 or 98. How unprepared they were. Everybody was drinking poop water because they had to bust the pipes because there was no water left, and that was actually like.
See, I see how like you're kind of making a case for how bad meetups. It's like, remember all these terrible times where people met up as fans and they just literally almost died?
Yeah, I guess it has to do with the genre of what you're meeting up for.
Yeah, I mean, like, first off, like, if Savage wants to do a live, that's great. And I don't think she's going to have a problem with any one of the fans, like the normal people don't go. I just think there's going to be an element of people that will go there just to dox everyone there. And just realize that you go there, you will be doxxed. They will know where your name.
Supporter is what they should call them.
Yeah.
It sucks that it has to be like that, but it is what it is. Society is what it is, and that's what people like to do.
I signed 5 different people's shoe because I do shoeies. They wanted me to sign their shoe. I felt the most awkward feeling in my life. Like I was like, "Are you serious right now? Like, you want me to sign your shoe?"
I mean, at least they didn't buy you a beer and sell you the drink from one of their
Drink
shoes.
it, yeah.
Oh, I did that as well. But I bought my own beer. Yeah, out of my own shoe. Not their shoe.
BTM's stomach just did an upside down.
Do you guys think we got cyber hacked, the FAA today, with grounding the flights? Do you think it was a cyber hack?
I don't know.
Ugh.
Did you hear about that? Yeah.
I saw you.
Sorry, I don't know. Just quick question. I just want to. I could tell by your answer. Weird, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they did, they wouldn't say.
Yeah, right. That's it.
Yeah, perfectly. I didn't know what happened with the airplanes, but go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, I have very little idea what happened to the airplanes. I just know I heard that from when I was at work and people discussing it. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. If something went wrong. But also, yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, if it is something that's really security, they're not going to tell everyone because they wouldn't want people to panic. Because you saw how many planes are up in the sky.
Yeah.
Well, the creator I saw it on didn't seem like, at the point I watched anyway, the little portion I watched, she didn't seem like she was too frantic or concerned. So I was like, what?
Well, they're good at that.
Yeah.
Who wasn't concerned? Fuck. I'm trying to read too. Can we get a shoey, please? Not right now, Pecan. I don't start drinking till 7.
Ellie,
You're supposed
were
to
you
drink
in
out
here?
of the skulls.
So, Joneson, what do you think of that whole situation with Molly? Like,
I don't know. I don't really watch Molly. I seen the one with her going after Brian's parents, but I didn't really see.
I watched it all. What are you talking about?
Like, I seen that Bullhorn and Hash Brown had joined her panel at one point, but I wasn't like watching it. You know, I haven't had time yet.
I mean, I've watched it all. Tim, what was your question on it?
I think Couch Flip was talking about how they were like saying, like, how people were saying that Dylan was a trans.
Yes, I saw that, and Hash Brown said something.
Yeah,
like,
that was a
what's wrong with
4chan rumor. Yeah.
And because MJ was like making it look like calling someone a trans is like an insult, and Hash Brown was like, "Well, what's it?" So like,
yeah, like remember who you're around. Like,
exactly,
wow,
room type thing. She's just flip-flopped multiple times, and she just, like we said, she's just catering to her crowd, because even her people were giving her shit, and then her entire friggin' chat turned against each other. It was like 50-50 of people against each other in there, and they're just arguing like freaking 90-year-old women.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bad take when you're basically attacking a survivor of a quadruple murder.
Well, I guess after Queen's Live, what I'm going to do, I got a few things I need to check up on. I'm going to check up on that Nicolina thing, and then I'm going to go and watch that live with them.
I
with
think also
those
Valoma
three.
did,
Bernie did it too bad.
Valoma did like a 12-hour live about.
I seen that.
I saw
Yeah.
like pieces of it. Who's this that the woman Bombshell? Like she's just like that woman. Like it seemed like she just kind of like scammed her fans for money, basically.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't actually watch it. I scrolled it for a second and then kept going.
I was like, why is she? Wow, because I heard rumors that Bombshell had some issues with that shit, but I don't really.
Uh-oh.
I want to hear bad things. about her. I
MGL
don't know
said
who she is.
transvestite for transgender.
Yeah.
What?
Oh wow.
Oops.
Who said that? Where's that comment?
Steph
It's on
did.
the screen now.
I don't see it on the screen. I mean, because I'm pausing it. Because I paused it. Let me see.
It was B. Tim's chair. No, it was my mouth, I think.
B. Tim needs to laugh like that more often because I watched that 5 times in a row, laughing,
so funny.
laughing at
Oh,
just the
Oh my
scenario.
God.
But then B. Tim's laugh had me.
Imagine
rolling.
having to clip that shit, man. It was
Jones and
it
that
was
so
insane.
funny. That was so good.
Your bubble did light up pretty big.
It did, but I swear to God, y'all, I was hitting my J and I was reaching
I
for
think
the
you
mute,
choked
but
on your J.
I did choke and I was reaching for the
Like-
mute.
I will say
Yeah,
that.
and that's what it called. Yeah,
My
I
bubble won't
muted
even
just
move.
in time to make it sound like a fucking fart, man.
If I can talk right now, my thing will barely move. See, right now it's not even moving.
Ellie, were you on earlier when we were talking about doing a serial killer trivia?
Oh, that's fun.
That's on their drama community. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I was just like attuned to Valoma because I watch her stuff. I like her stuff. And I saw she's talking about like Bombshell. I'm like, isn't Bombshell like drama? And I knew, like, I heard rumors about her, like, kind of like with the heaters and stuff like that. Usually I don't really make videos. Like, I don't really look into people like that because it's like drama. I don't, it has to be something pretty serious where I'm like, I want to talk about it. Like, but yeah, I mean, obviously scamming your fans for money is bad, but I kind of have to put it on a list of priorities. Like, intimidating a witness of a surviving murder is probably higher in my priorities, to be honest.
I think
So
I've only heard bad things about her. I don't even know what she looks like. I don't think, but I've only heard bad things about her from like other people.
yeah,
So that.
like I'm gonna have to be starting looking into Nancy Grace because she's pissing me off now.
She's there. She's like,
Yeah,
live
that's what's
from-
pissing me off. Like I really like that woman
yeah.
is.
Mhm. Yeah, she's outside, like at dark. It's night. Like she said.
She's
too.
outside
She was there
where?
last night. I think
Idaho
maybe,
4. Idaho.
Yeah.
Idaho.
Nancy is?
Yeah.
I think maybe she just got
She's
there
still-
last night because it's
she's-
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's out there. She's a fucking piece of shit.
she's hot on
tragedy
the
pig.
case. Yeah.
No, she's a tragedy.
I
pig.
Thank you,
I think
Zen.
Betty, like I feel like Betty kind of like is a little like her personality, like 'cause
Honestly,
Nancy Grace kind of
Glad
like
to have you,
embellishes
baby.
stuff too. Do you know what I mean? Like they both like embellish the truth a little.
honestly, Nancy Grace is worse than Bullhorn Betty. Way worse.
Yeah, I remember you like told her.
Way worse.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
No.
yes. Absolutely yes. Did
No.
you see? I will show you clips. I'm going to go through this Thursday.
You did you're doing a deep dive on Nancy Grace?
I'm looking into her. I don't like her because she's like she caused 2 women to commit suicide. One of them burnt herself alive.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
She's
like,
got a desk out there and everything. Hey, Texan.
She also like went into a marijuana debate that was really like psychotic with some rapper. She is like, it's really fucked up. Like I could, you know what? I'll show you. Like it's really fucked up. Like this woman is. She accuses people all the time. She is really, really bad. Like she's worse than Betty. 100%.
Oh, she gets like very like they have like similar like kind of feisty personality. You know what I mean? Their
She falsely accuses people of murder. She does way worse than Betty. She's 100.
She does it on a larger
worse.
scale though, which makes it worse. I think. You know what I mean? When
Has she victim shamed Dylan?
Yes, she has. I'll give you.
Hold on. That's so sweet, Zen. Thank you, baby. All right, go ahead.
She literally had a person who was kidnapped and had to wear like a hijab or something. And she's like, the woman just wants to talk about the bill passed, and she's trying to like talk about the hijab and her trauma instead of the bill. And the woman's like, no, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about how I was kidnapped on national TV. I just want to talk about this bill I want to pass. And it was like very inappropriate what she did to this woman. She is terrible. And I mean, like,
I don't know about any of that, so I just don't. I guess I don't watch her enough.
She is the
Right,
ultimate
me
trash
either,
occurrence.
apparently.
I
The
used to a
little
long
bit I
time
have
ago.
seen of her, I kind of like her.
All
Me
right.
too, because sometimes she says crap that I would like to say, but I got sense not to.
Exactly.
No, she's really bad. Like, she is really, really bad. Like,
She used to be like a criminal defense lawyer, like back in the day.
Yeah, well, she had to step down because I think she hid evidence. Let me see, Nancy Grace. Let me see.
Her
Hey,
husband, like
Johnson,
her
how you
boyfriend
doing?
was, or fiance was like murdered.
What up, Texan?
Hey, Texan, how you
a
feeling,
long time
baby?
ago.
Oh, tons better
How you
today.
doing?
God, that's good.
Glad you're better.
Yeah, spent 2 hours at the dentist today, but life's so much better. God damn.
Told you, I know you're gonna feel like $100.
Yeah, okay. So she left prosecutor's office after district attorney she had been working under decided not to run for re-election.
Somebody put him in timeout.
While a
This is a
prosecutor,
public-
wait. While a prosecutor, Grace was reprimanded by the Supreme Court of Georgia for withholding evidence and for making improper statements in 1997, the arson and murder case. That's one of the reasons why she had some issues. She had to step down.
I can't stand her voice. I didn't know all that. Damn.
She also, I mean, I could show you like the top 9. I mean, like I have a top 9 video of all her disgraces. Actually, I'm planning on going through. That woman is this garbage human being. Like she's worse than Betty, 100%. I will honestly. She makes Betty look nice. To be honest with you, honestly.
I think Betty wants to be Nancy Grace for sure.
I mean, maybe. Here, I mean, here. You can.
Betty wants to be Dog's wife, Dog the bounty hunter's wife.
I'll play one of the videos. I'll play one of the Nancy Grace's videos for you. I don't care. Right now. I'll do it. Just to show you how bad she is. I'll play one. I don't care.
But if we don't know the case,
here, this is about the Elizabeth Smart. Okay, so this is insane. Nancy Grace gets owned by Elizabeth Smart. This is a 2-minute clip, like 2 minutes and 42 seconds. And listen to it and tell me what you think. I'm not going to say anything about it. You can listen to it. You ready?
All right. Roger that.
If Johnson wants to put it up, Johnson wants to. I'm not quite clear how it feels about Nancy Grace.
Yeah, it's like Elon, kind of a little.
Honestly, I mean, like Elon's bad. Like Elon literally is not like his Twitter employees have to.
Bad.
No, no, he's bad. He's like literally Twitter employees. He fired the janitorial group.
I heard about all that.
And now they have to bring their own toilet paper now.
He's
What the fuck?
And
he's not paying rent
it's getting
something?
dirty. It's getting dirty. I don't know. I think Jones
not pay rent on the place. I don't get how that
because he's working. He's told his board to work with a zero budget. Meanwhile, so he's not paying any bills, and he thinks he's going to try to renegotiate everything because he has to pay $1 billion in interest. I think like a year or something like that.
Wow.
So
Coming in late, but did anyone see?
Oh, Jones, do you want to play the Nancy Grace thing, or you don't want to play it?
Oh, I don't care, B Tim. You know I don't care.
Oh, okay, I put it up in the share screen.
Is it not up there? I put it up.
What's up?
Oh, it's up. It's because I paused on something. I'm so dumb.
Remember when you first went missing and literally hundreds of people were out looking for you. Now we know you were being held captive not very far away from your home at all. Did you ever hear people calling out your name trying to find you?
There was one time.
At that moment, did you want to scream out, "Here I am, help me"?
I mean, of course, who wouldn't?
Oh my God.
How, at that moment, when you knew people were looking for you, your parents were there, they were trying to find you, how did that make you feel?
You know, I didn't know how big it was, and it was it was good to know people were looking for me, but I felt so far away, it didn't really connect at that time. And,
Yeah.
And I think that.
And you were such a little girl, Elizabeth. I mean, you were just 14 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to expect a little 14-year-old girl to react the way an adult might imagine they would react under those circumstances. You were afraid, I assume.
Yeah.
Did your kidnappers tell you they would hurt you or your family if you tried to get away?
They did. And I really am here to support the bill and not to go into what happened to me, what the whole, what is in my past, because I'm not here to give an interview on that. I'm here to help push this bill through.
And I want you to push the bill through, and I want people to hear your voice. When we take a look back, there is a shot of Elizabeth Smart, and here she is 4 years later, and frankly, it's a miracle that she was ever found. A lot of people have seen shots of you wearing a burqa.
Didn't you just say she didn't want to fucking talk about this?
I'm really not going to talk about this at this time. I mean, that's something I just don't even look back at. And I really, to be frankly honest, I really don't appreciate you bringing all this up.
I'm sorry, dear. I thought that you would speak out to other victims, but you know what? I completely understand. A lot of victims don't want to talk about it and don't feel like talking about it. Let's talk about
What
it.
a cunt.
Yeah, fucking bitch. It's
that's the light version. I got
back.
Worse.
Go back like 15 seconds.
Oh,
I can't believe the goal on her.
But yeah, that's
the light version. Did she say, "I'm sorry, I thought you would like to speak for other victims"?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I got 9 other videos. I'm gathering the videos.
You win. You win this one, B Tim.
That
I want
was
to see a couple more, but that one.
You want to see the
disgusting.
marijuana? You want to watch the marijuana debate that she had with a guy?
Oh yeah.
Talk about
really
victim shaming and bringing back memories that she doesn't want to think about right now.
That was disgusting.
And continuing on is
I'm so glad she spoke up for herself. She's like, I don't want to.
She did. That's why it says gets owned by Elizabeth.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was the headline of it. I didn't read that part.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate you.
Okay, so this one is in 2015. Grace debated a rapper 2 Chainz over marijuana legalization. The host used a video of a mother trying to get a toddler to smoke pot, but the Chainz responded with some very eloquent arguments. So she's against marijuana. So I'm sure everyone who smokes pot is going to love Nancy Grace now. I'm sure of it. Here. I mean, this is just like a taste. Like, it really is. This is why I don't like her. I really don't like her.
See, I haven't seen all of this. That's crazy.
Here, Nancy Grace battles 2 Chainz over pot.
That's like re-victimizing of it.
Yeah.
How about the fact that, the woman who killed herself because she was under investigation for rolling over a kid drunk? She pulls up a bottle of vodka and shakes it in the air, causing the woman to feel guilt and kill herself. Another woman, a Korean woman, I think it was like a Chinese or Korean woman, she's on the air about her missing kid. She badgers her, and that woman lights herself on fire, killing herself.
My God.
So you people say, oh, Nancy Grace is not as bad as Bullhorn, but bullshit.
You're right.
I agree now. I have never seen any of that.
That was a backhanded compliment, exactly, Nicole.
Then same. I've seen her a few times, like a few of her videos, like clips. And I like what you said.
You know what that feels like to me? That feels like to me like she does not believe Elizabeth, and she's digging.
Yeah. Oh, you want to do the share screen of the pot event? The pot Nancy Grace battles 2 Chainz over pot.
Yes. I didn't know she was against pot either, and now I don't roll with her.
we'll play.
She's out.
She's
Go
out.
ahead and play it. You do what you want, B Tim.
Where he goes and he pawns his camcorder, and let me show you. Look. No, look.
Let me just jump out.
But maybe they was high on crack when they was doing that footage right there.
Well, I know this. They didn't find crack. They didn't find heroin.
Because he couldn't afford it. He been pawning it.
Why
I
is she
love
changing
2
her slang?
Chainz.
Why is she changing her
a
like way she talks?
shred,
So
a hair of evidence that says that man who was pled guilty on these charges had a crack problem. No,
Yeah.
you're just like pulling that out of the air because you know somebody that pawned something to get crack. All right, you
I
can get
mean,
a
you
five.
said you
You
do
can
you
get
say
a
do you say
five
he has a weed
bag.
problem?
Yes, yes, he did.
Did you see him smoking weed? Let's go to you. You know you good. Did you see him smoking weed on that? Let's pull the footage back up. Call him up,
Yeah,
Nancy.
go right ahead, my
Did
man.
you see
Let's
him
roll the video.
Who was actually shooting this? Let's go to court. Who was actually holding the camera?
That I don't know, but I see him forcing his baby to smoke pot.
Are
Now,
you sure it's
might
him
wanna-
forcing the baby?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
You know
I
See,
see
like
the
this.
comments.
Yeah, like, and I can't believe Court TV is actually pulling up a video of a kid.
I can't either.
I'm trying to skip the parts that don't have the kid on it, and
They're
it's
like,
like,
Nancy Grace, you need to smoke some.
I know. I love 2 Chainz. She's barking up the wrong tree.
yeah,
she's
Don't
horrible.
mess with 2 Chain.
I mean, she is horrible, and this is just like the least example. I mean, I don't want to
Yeah,
play
she
the
is
rest
like
of
an
this.
OG tragedy pimp. I feel like Betty
Yeah.
like looks back. She has like VCR tapes of Nancy Grace from Headline News, and like she studies her.
I swear she wants to be like her. They're very, very, very similar. If you really
Yeah, if
listen
people
to
want to
them.
watch that particular video themselves, because I don't feel comfortable putting a kid with a crack pipe in his mouth, but I just want to give you like a small example. But yeah, this woman is like a garbage human being. She put that up purposely to make it look like that 2 Chainz supports that, but that situation for a pot debate. She's horrible.
So a similarity that I just
Chainz.
a similarity I just saw that Nick I think tried to mention was, why is she talking like that? Like she talks
Yes.
more
She was trying to
proper,
more
low
thuggish.
key.
She was trying to talk more
When
thuggish
she-
with 2 Chainz. You know what I mean?
Oh,
A little
I
bit more
don't, well,
thuggish.
that too, but her tone and everything is lower when she actually has someone talking back
Like
to her.
dramatic.
So
Betty does
Yeah.
that dramatic tone. Like it's like Olivia
Yes.
tone. Like she
Yes.
gets all
There
dramatic
y'all
and
go.
quiet.
Two
Oh
different
yeah,
people.
look at this. Oh gosh. See, like Betty was just there.
yeah, that's what I'm
Nancy is
saying.
just
She's a
laid on the
tragedy
cake.
pimp.
You
Yeah.
should make that your screensaver.
Oh, it
because
is. It is.
It
Going to be my
is.
screen. It's going to be a thumbnail. I already thought of the
OG
name.
OG tragedy pimp
small hill.
Nancy Grace.
Did
Yeah,
she literally bring a desk out there like she's watching the parade?
She is a tragedy pimp. She's worse than Betty. Honestly, she's doing exactly what Betty did, sitting outside the house.
I agree.
And no one's calling her out on it. Fuck that. I'll call her out on that.
She had a news station.
I agree now
behind her,
that I've
though,
seen that
so,
shit.
all those years, you know.
Mm.
You know, she causes the death of 2 people, and then like people just forget about that. Fuck that.
That's
lady's
when she was a
horrible.
prosecutor.
No,
or
that's
what?
when she was
that,
working a TV show.
Oh, Headline News. Yeah, when she's a prosecutor, though,
Here,
didn't she get kicked out for like causing like something? She held back evidence or something. Like when she was a prosecutor.
Yeah,
didn't she
you can wear that case. Yeah.
I didn't know about the woman that killed herself. I had no idea.
2 times. 2 women killed themselves because of her.
Oh, 2 women.
2 women.
Yeah, I had no idea.
So it's no, it's a,
How did
it's
she
a
not
no.
get the blame for it or something?
Well,
like,
she got sued for one of them, and she lost it. And they had to do a settlement for one of them. That woman
Wow.
who burnt herself to death.
Mm.
Wow, how do they still have this broad on there, like on the program?
Yeah, she has a lot of problems. She really does. Like the woman, it's called you know, it's really bad. So yeah, and it's called Mendelina Duckett's suicide. I think that's the one with the setting herself on fire.
Yeah, Pete and I agree. It's so weird looking to me. Terrible idea. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, she's a tragedy pimp. I don't support Nancy Grace. Anyone that wants to say how great Nancy, no, she's worse than Betty. She's worse than them all.
I agree. That was awful.
Yeah, I mean, like that's why like people sit there and like they were like, why are you mad at Nancy Grace? I'm like, you know what, you know what.
You know that little girl and her had a talk beforehand, and she said she didn't want to talk about this, and she tried twice on the live to
the whole thing was super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then how about like putting a kid with a crack pipe? I mean, like, give me a break. It was really bad. I mean, the
Have
interview
you seen her on the Psychic channel?
No, I mean that's what I'm looking into next.
Yeah, let's pull that up. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
I've seen her like a little bit of the Psychic interview part 1 of the next. Let me see. But let me see. I'm trying to find like. It's just horrible. This one was really bad. I mean,
Why
like
do
that's
Vinny? I mean, I've seen him laugh in the most inappropriate times, like during something like really, really sad. Like it seems like a lot of them do that. Like I don't understand it.
Supposedly he's the one that gave Betty the false information when she went live about the wrong person before Brian, the kid with the pink
Really?
hair. Supposedly Vinny, that's
Yep.
what she said, but I don't believe it. That's what she said. But how is Vinny giving her tips unless he wants her to like go on the wrong
Unless
trail
he's
or
giving them
something?
to her through MGL.
Or for money? Why wouldn't he want to be the first
He's on Court TV
to break it
though, you
though?
know. He's the lawyer, I think, an ex-lawyer, you know. I don't know.
Oh wait, actually, the woman who drank with the vodka and fell asleep was the one that burnt herself. The Korean woman was the one that shot herself in the head.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So the first one burnt themselves to death, and the second one shot herself in the head.
Only difference between Nancy Grace and BHB is Nancy Grace has several degrees. Their
Yeah.
morals are seemingly the same. That is kind of true.
It's true. They have like the same ethical.
That was
like,
terrible what I just watched. That was fucking awful.
Expecting that.
It gets worse. It gets worse. There's a lot worse shit out there.
But wait, is all of Betty's so-called degrees in the same thing that Nancy Grace's real degrees are in?
I don't think
She
Nancy
got
has
one
any
degree
degrees.
online. It's like a fucking stupid. What is it?
She's like a
Sorry,
paralegal assistant, I think, not even a
Yeah,
paralegal,
something
right?
like that.
So that's just like I don't know if you need a degree for that. Truthfully, I'm just not being
Bye,
mean.
Pecan.
Bye, Pecan.
You'll be listening. Thanks for being in here and thanks for the picture.
Yeah, I don't know. It's messed up. It's really messed up. That's why it gets me so mad. So anyway.
I agree with you. I mean, when I just watched it, I was like, whoa.
Oh, it gets worse.
Yeah, I've never seen any of that.
How long ago was that?
Oh, how about this one? Grace went on the Duke University lacrosse players that were accused of rape in 2006. As it turned out, the charge were false, but Grace was on vacation the day the charges were dropped.
I feel like I've heard that one.
I remember that very clearly. I had just
2
graduated
weeks,
2 years later.
or how about 2 weeks after being interviewed by Grace about the disappearance of her son, a 21-year-old mother, Melinda Duckett, committed suicide. Duckett's family sued Grace, saying her interview caused the emotional distress that led to her death. The lawsuit was settled in 2010. That's the one where she shot herself in the head. In 2012, Grace did a segment on Tony Madrino, a woman charged with manslaughter after drinking vodka and rolling over her sleeping baby. Grace calling Melindra the vodka bomb on a program, demanding that she be charged with murder. Madrino also committed suicide, and CNN reached a settlement with her family in 2013. Grace brought a wrestling Dallas Page on in 2014 to talk about the death of the Ultimate Warrior. She pressed Page about the possibility that Warrior had died of steroid abuse, which he had not, posting a list of deceased wrestlers and implying they did as well. Page later made a statement saying he regretted accepting the interview request. Or how about making a murderer? Quote, making a murder took the country by storm, but Grace wasn't a fan. She claimed she had an avalanche of evidence to prove Stephen Avery guilt and brought on Blue Bloods star Danny Wahlberg to debate the merits of the 10-hour documentary. And it was not good how she debated that.
Did you see Ultimate Warrior? That was a wrestler, right?
Yes. She basically was claiming he died from steroid use.
All right, hold on. True Texan, good to see you, baby. Glad you're
see you.
feeling better. Jenny's cuddles and kisses. Welcome, love.
Feel better, Tex.
Cappy said, yeah, we just watched that one, Cappy. Are there any clips of her doing what she did to the ones that committed suicide?
I'll get the vodka one. Let me see. Let me see the vodka one.
Yes, Jenny. Thank you for being here, baby.
1 second.
Welcome to the crazy crew.
Yeah, she called her Vodka Mom. I remember Vodka Mom. Remember that? That's what she called that one.
All these lawsuits. Why would you keep this woman hired?
See, I don't remember. I don't. Vodka
I used
Mom,
to
no.
watch headline news. I used to like fall,
I used to completely stay away from the news. Completely.
Me too. Me
I
too.
like headline news.
I don't watch TV news.
This is a long time ago, before like YouTube and when you could like kind of pick and choose your own news. You know, it was
I
just
watch
like
the real stuff. I came home from school and watched Jerry Springer. Okay. Love that.
My
shit.
husband has to watch the nightly news every single night. It's like you got to stop what you're doing. Don't make plans till after the news is over. If we go to the
Old
grocery
school.
store, he's like, "We got 15 minutes." I'm like, "What? I got to get my news."
Cappy hates her too.
Fuck yeah, Cap.
Sorry, guys. I had a phone call coming through. Cappy hates Nancy Grace too. She's talked about her before.
Who hates Nancy Grace too?
Cappy.
Ah,
I only didn't like her because I thought she was just her voice and how aggressive she was just kind of like nails on a chalkboard to me. But after seeing that, I should say I didn't like her. Now I can say I actually fucking hate her. What she did.
She would talk about her twins, like John Paul and something. Remember the twins? She would call them.
And B Tim, now you steered me right twice.
yeah.
Hey.
I'm giving you credit where credit's due.
Thank you. I gotta find the Vodka Mom one.
We got Tim working
Yeah.
on it right now.
Vodka. Yeah, she called her vodka.
Because the only one that really has the Vodka Mom I watched was on the Young Turks. I refuse to give that guy a view. I hate that guy.
I hate them.
I despise the Young Turks.
I do
don't-
not like them at all either. They just.
Like, please, can someone else have the Vodka Mom thing? Because I really don't want to give the Young Turks a view.
Who is MG? I know.
Oh,
Molly
John,
is
David, and
obsessed with,
Lucy. Yeah.
She hates somebody that she wants to be. I'm trying to figure out who it
John
is.
Paul, I said. Sorry. John
Who's
David, and Lucy.
Oh, those are
Her
twins?
twins.
Okay.
John David and Lucy. Like all she would talk about was John David and Lucy.
I was like,
she'd be
what?
like the twins, or she'd be like, she would tell like stories. She'd be like, John David was doing this and Lucy did, like she would always like, she always would bring him up. I mean, she was just very happy, I think, to have
Cody,
kids.
she's in front of the Idaho house right now in a desk.
Yeah, she's a tragedy pimp. She's 100% a tragedy pimp.
She really
You
is the
want to see,
OG.
Dad? Look, Dad. Look at this picture.
Yeah, she's 100% a tragedy pimp.
She fucking freezes.
She put a desk out there.
Is that one of those like plastic fold-up
That's
desks?
crazy.
Yeah.
It has to. I hope so, because it would be kind of hard.
Yeah.
Like a little pager.
That's like shit you get at Home Depot for like 39.
Imagine she walked out with like a freaking like IKEA desk.
You know she got a heater underneath that bitch.
Right? That's for sure. Good point.
She has like the good gloves that you could like still do stuff.
Just
Text and stuff. Yeah.
I don't like it. Just she's on the property of those people that passed away. These kids that passed away, and she's sitting there like
she's not in the crime scene though. She's like
No, I
where
know,
Betty
but
was. Yeah.
I wonder if Bullhorn looks up to her.
I bet she has old VCR tapes of her. I swear, like
VHS.
on VHS that
Holy
she like
moly,
studies
Cody.
her because they do like sound like even like Betty's like dramatic voice kind of is like Nancy Grace's, and they kind of get really like they go from like 0 to 60. Both of them. They could be
For
mad
sure.
1 second. And,
Well, I do that.
Well, that's okay.
You know what's funny?
But
My voice does too.
You guys see Cappy's comment? And it says what's called covers face. It's because we can't see the emoji on it. It just says covers face. But if you go to YouTube, you can see. Oh no, it does say covers face on YouTube too.
Yeah.
it's funny. Somebody's like, does she have a clipboard? She doesn't need a clipboard. She has a whole.
She'll get a
right?
clipboard.
Isn't that
She'll
a computer right there?
Yeah, she's like, I have an iPad. I have, like,
Is it?
a desk?
I think
that's just a
so.
piece of
I don't
paper.
know. There's something on there. Maybe it's built.
That
into
would
the
be
desk, I don't
blowing.
know. It looks like an
Take
iPad.
take a comment down. Let me see. That's a freaking piece of paper. 2 pieces of paper.
Oh, it's okay. Paper. Okay.
Oh, they must be taped
Okay.
down. I see it. It's
And
like
her-
a flyer.
That's her or her
And the
phone's
route.
over there. Maybe.
Mhm.
It's the route he took. Look.
Oh, it is.
Mhm.
The route he took
Yeah.
the night after.
And her
that long
phone's
route.
holding it. Okay.
I guess they're gonna go
What
take
the
that.
fuck is really going on here?
Maybe they'll
We
go
don't
drive
know.
that route. That would be good if they drove that route.
She
I
got her
would be into
North Face
watching
on.
that.
You know what I mean? Her mittens.
You know what would be hilarious is if she pulled a blowhole. Because outside of Quentin Simons, Betty fell off the chair down the ditch a couple times. This one fell over that
Yeah.
wall. I'm
Speaking, that's
sorry.
on an iPad. In the corner,
not
that might be an iPad, but the 2 pieces of paper
Or
are
like
not
a
iPads.
phone. Yeah, those are papers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
that might be her
phone.
phone holding it down. But that green color is like everywhere right now, and I don't really love it.
No.
The color.
Here,
Look,
I'll
Laura,
play. I'm gonna play. I think we're good, but I can play just about because it's a segment about
I'm sorry,
mother
B.
of
Tim.
mother of
All she
missing-
needs is a pink hat.
Oh yeah. She does need a pink hat. But yeah, I mean, like here, let me see. Here, this is the mother of the missing. This one is not the vodka one. I have to play like the Young Turks vodka mom. I wanted to see that one because it's like years ago. Let me play this.
Accusing her of intentionally inflicting
Okay.
emotional distress.
This is about the lawsuit afterwards. They settled.
The next day, a judge has ruled that Grace
Fucking phone.
attorneys are fighting back, and Chris Cuomo explains why.
Can you put it up a little bit? It's hard to hear. I can't hear anything. I don't know if you guys can.
In September 2006, she was the
Can you guys hear this?
Barely, but I can hear it.
Maybe
just
if
barely.
you were quiet.
Yeah, you're kind of talking.
Well, I can't hear, like, it's like so low. I don't think.
No, it is really low.
Let me try another one. I'll try to look for another one because that was low. I could hear it clearly, but I don't know why. Let me see.
I can hear clearly now.
Like it was louder on the network you're watching from or have clips from, but then when they went to the interview, it was really low.
Yeah, I couldn't hear anything.
Oh, you weren't talking during it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Tim's convincing people right now. Shit. Have more people call her out.
Seriously.
Yeah.
He is. And when I said that compliment earlier, it hit me later that that's actually really big because there's more people like me out there. A ton more.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you done a live on her, B. Tim?
What'd you say?
Have you done a live segment on?
No, I'm going
Nancy?
to. I'm going
Yeah,
to.
you need to.
Oh, you should. Oh my God, that'll be really good.
Yeah, I found one. This one is a little bit, it's like really old, but here.
B. Tim's like, go big or go home.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should for sure do it.
Because the woman's an evil woman, and she's completely evil, and she's getting everyone convinced and that she's not an evil woman, and it pisses me off. Here, I'll play it. This one is criminal profile. Pat Brown says Nancy Grace didn't cause. Okay, but let's play the beginning. Let's listen to the interview and see if they had it. The next day after this interview with Nancy Grace, she shot herself in the head. So we'll see.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Police look into a possible clue in her son's disappearance. 2-year-old Trenton has been missing for almost 3 weeks now, and yesterday tips led police to a stuffed animal that might be connected to this case. Melinda Duckett shot herself one day after being grilled by CNN's Nancy Grace about where she was the day her son was reportedly taken from his bedroom. The question now is, did that TV interview push Melinda into suicide? Take a listen.
Where were you? Why aren't you telling us where you were that day? You were the last person to be seen with him.
And we've already gone out and distributed the flyers and spoken.
Right. Why aren't you telling us and giving us a clear picture where you were before your son was kidnapped?
Because I'm not going to put those kind of details out.
Why?
Because I was told not to.
Miss Duckett, you're not telling us for a reason. What is the reason? You refuse to give even the simplest facts of where you were with your son before he went missing. It is day 12.
With all media. It's not just there, just with all media, period.
Criminal profiler Pat Brown and private...
It goes more than that. I'm trying to get the full one. But no, fuck it. I can't even find this one.
But Pecan said, "Oh my God, I've never heard this story before." Me either, Pecan. That's what it's mind blowing.
Me either. And not that this makes a huge difference, but it will go into my thoughts, okay? Did this woman report her child missing knowing full well what she already did?
No, I don't think the kid has ever been found.
Oh.
But I thought this is the one who we just said was rolled over.
No, that was the first one. The first one.
Okay.
Yeah, there's two people that committed
Thank
suicide.
you.
Yeah, he's still missing at this point.
Jesus.
All right, so it's just so hard.
It's okay, B. Tim.
It's so hard to find. It's so hard to find a goddamn video like a complete one because I've read multiple arguments. But
even if the mother had something to do with it, right? And she does that to herself the next day, they'll never find the truth out because she's not. You know what I mean? She's not around to tell the truth. It's like she disrupted the investigation as well.
Just YouTube bad Nancy Grace clips. I'm sure it's in there somewhere.
Nancy.
I remember that one, Cappy. I did see that one. I seen a clip of it when the kid was found in his dad's basement when Nancy Grace was interviewing him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that one. She handled that pretty well, actually, because that was crazy.
Yeah.
What'd she do on that one?
She didn't do nothing, but apparently law enforcement was checking the dad's basement while the dad was on an interview with Nancy Grace.
Oh wow!
And they found the kid in his basement.
Oh my lord! At the same time, what the hell? Why does that ring a bell to me too, though? I don't know what, or why does that one only ring a bell to me? Was it recent, like the last 2 years?
I think it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
No, as you always say, no empathy.
I'm gonna be the bad apple. The Elizabeth Smart you sold me on. These two, not so far because I don't know anything about their cases. Not saying what she did was right, but
It really only takes one, though, right?
for me to not like Nancy Grace, yes, but to judge her based on these two cases, no.
Because the one with the 14-year-old, because you know for a fact they had a discussion back. They always do, no matter what. They kind of like preempt everything. You know, we're gonna be talking about this. Can I ask you this?
Yeah, it's like the
Yeah.
Dr. Phil show. You know that they go over it beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's
was she
another
14
piece
in
of
that
shit.
interview?
I don't like Dr. Phil. I do not like
I
him.
don't like Dr. Phil either. The only way he got his career is because of Oprah. Let's be real.
Yeah, totally.
And then the Manti Te'o, you guys know about the football player Manti Te'o and the fake. It's on, I think it's Netflix. The catfish. He got catfished and whatnot, and the person that catfished him said that acted like the brother afterwards, and that she died, and blah 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 blah, and he got friggin' ran through the friggin' mud because they thought that he is the one that made the catfish up and knew about the catfish.
Dr. Phil?
I just heard a chair.
No,
that was my chair.
I was gonna say, not mine. No, well,
Based
Dr.
on the
Phil was the
noises.
one that found out that like he made the brother go in the back and talk like a girl, and because this person would leave messages on Manti's voicemail and stuff like that, and when he went in back to make her talk like a girl, it was exactly like the voicemails. So he's the kind of the one who uncovered that it was the brother the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I used to watch them Zen. I did.
You guys should watch it. It's on Netflix called something about girl, the pretend girl. I can't remember what it was exactly. I watched it last night. It's 2 episodes.
What's that for, Pecan?
What's up?
I think it's a fart noise thingamajiggy, right? He's another one. I can't stand Dr. Phil either. Another OG treasure. Yeah.
He does put out bad information.
What, Dr.
Yeah.
Phil? Dr. Phil's a fucking horrible psychologist. Whatever the fuck he is.
Whatever he is, Doctor.
Dr. Phil is terrible. I don't like Dr. Phil. Fuck that guy
No.
too.
Fuck that guy.
I'll find it right now. Zen. 1 second.
My mama watches them religiously. She watches them every day.
I mean,
He's on the cord.
How did his stuff end with the Summer Wells interviews? Because I thought he really
That shit
believed
was.
them.
I think he believed them too. I don't know though.
I think he even said that though. Like he can't place any doubt upon them or something. I don't want to say doubt, but I don't want to say guilt either.
Hey, Magenta.
Well, the girlfriend who didn't exist. Someone in the chat was asking me. The girlfriend who didn't exist. It's under Untold on Netflix.
That's the one you were just talking about?
Yeah. The girlfriend that doesn't exist, didn't exist.
Yeah, it's really good. Really good.
I'll watch that tonight.
And that's Netflix?
Mm-hmm. And it all could have went down different. He just didn't know how to answer the press, so the press just went with a story that he was the one that that he knew about it and or made up the fake girlfriend to win the Heisman Trophy award to get some. Yeah, he didn't win it. Johnny Manziel won it that year, and I mean it cost him a college football championship game. He played horribly. It was just you got to watch it. It's really good. It's interesting.
No, she's not in here right now, Dad.
What is she asking about? Ellie?
No, my dad was asking because I said my mom watches Dr. Phil every day.
Oh, shit.
And he said, but your mama is crazy. And then he said, she's not in here, is she?
No, she's watching Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's at home catching up on her Dr. Phil episode, probably.
Wait, Cole? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
They're not married. Cody Jones and Fur Baby Lover are my parents.
Yeah.
They're not married.
I didn't know Cody was. I thought it was just. That's fun. That's awesome. He put some funny ass shit in that chat.
He's crazy. Thumbs up, baby. He said, okay. Dad, did you hear my plan? We're going to do a Siller. Oh, my Jesus. I sounded like B-Tim right then.
Wait a minute.
Serial killer. Killer.
Combine the words.
Or me yesterday when I couldn't think of the word circumstantial.
Yeah. I'm 1096.
I mean, circumstantial.
I'm 10.
Okay. We're going to do a serial killer trivia night on February 3rd because we're going to do it on Friday instead of Saturday.
All right, I'll just play this untold Nancy Grace thing because I gotta find the actual video because it's hard. I may have to go to court records or some shit.
Well, just play something for us, B10. We're bored.
Whatever. It's not my fault.
I know. It's fine. I'm working on it, B10. I'm working on it.
Here. Okay, so we're gonna start with the whole suicide thing and the other ones. Here. This is Nancy Grace, Untold.
Okay. Throw it at me.
It's short and sweet. It's like 5 minutes. Just a couple of small facts here.
He's under pressure right now because it's quiet.
Under pressure. Yep.
Yep. Go ahead.
Grace has vehemently denied any dishonesty. Linked to suicides. In 2006, Melinda Duckett appeared on Grace's show to discuss the disappearance of her 2-year-old son, Trenton. Grace pressed the mother for details, stating publicly that Duckett should assume responsibility for the disappearance. Before the episode could air, Duckett shot and killed herself. Then in 2011, Tony Madrano was charged with second-degree manslaughter for accidentally killing her baby while sleeping on the couch with him after drinking a fifth of vodka. Calling her the vodka mom, Grace pushed on air for a murder charge. 3 weeks later, Madrano committed suicide by setting herself on fire. In both cases, the family sued Grace, blaming the suicides on the resultant outpouring of public shame following Grace's interviews. Grace settled both cases out of court. More lawsuits. Grace has been sued multiple times throughout her career, and not just for driving guests to suicide. According to The Hollywood Reporter, she had to issue an apology to Michael Skakel after incorrectly claiming on her show that his DNA had been found at a crime scene. Skakel, a cousin of the Kennedy family who had infamously been convicted of murder in 2002 for the 1975 killing of neighbor Martha Moxley, was freed after 11 years of prison for a retrial. After Grace's televised comments, he sued her, alleging that her comments hurt his reputation and chances of receiving a fair retrial. They reached a settlement which included Grace being forced to publish an admission of incorrect reporting. And according to the Associated Press, around the time of that settlement, another man sued Grace for defamation. Why? Grace continued using his photo on air and said this about him.
This is a textbook serial killer's calling card.
Even after police cleared him of any wrongdoing. Inspired fictional characters. Grace has inspired episodes in numerous crime series, including Law & Order Special Victims Unit, which based one storyline on the aforementioned suicide controversies, and Criminal Intent, which developed Faith Yancey, a recurring...
Let me see if I can jump. Let me see.
Yeah, we don't need no more Law and Order trouble around
Yeah,
here.
we don't need no more, Law and Order. Yeah, we got to avoid
I
that.
can't believe they struck you so fast for that.
It was, look, 18 minutes is as long as I got.
Lightning
Yeah, I
strike.
remember I put like 10 messages in, and I went to go message it back. I'm like, what's going on here? I can't.
Yeah.
It did like NBC. When I went to go watch it, it was like NBC.
I had a feel. Look, listen, I had a feeling the whole time I was working on that video yesterday. I was like, man, I think they're going to try to claim it. I think this might be a bad idea, but I was like, maybe if I edited enough, it wouldn't be,
Just
but
use a little din din and like din din. You know what I
doing
mean? Like,
it though. I think the way that you liked it good. The beginning.
my husband gets so tickled when he hears me in here doing shit like that. He's like, what is going on?
I remember, like, you should have done a premiere because then people could chat in there and whatnot, like a premiere.
Oh no, I gotta figure out how that works.
I thought maybe he helped you with the music. You changed it up too.
No, he was
Now,
helping me a little bit.
I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Nancy Grace fart on like that
Live? Oh God, not another fart. Let's go.
Let's see.
Is it
This is
dress
her.
girl?
Yeah, this is the one where she farts on national TV.
No, she didn't. I'm laughing. I haven't even seen it.
Says Nancy, what a gift to be able to share that footage forever with your twins. Do you think you did them proud tonight? I hope so. I saw them several times during the dance and they were smiling so big.
Oh.
I didn't hear it, but I saw her face.
Dance and they were smiling so big.
Oh.
See if the judge
That sounds like a stomach.
It did sound like a stomach growl.
so big. Well, let's see if the judges can give us.
One in the chat if it was the stomach, or two if it was her.
That was
fart.
his
That was a
stomach.
growl.
I've been there.
Yeah, that was a growl that came right out of your ass. Holy moly.
Like a cough came out the butt yesterday for a while.
We have learned that it can sound. Look, see?
I did.
That was perfect.
I
Rewind.
did it on purpose.
Oh my God.
I gotta say, though, that chair did not sound like that fart. That's all I gotta say.
But sounds are weird. I don't know. It's
Well, I learned that these
headset.
this headset I have, you pick up everything I have learned.
Oh man.
B-Tip is like, who is eating from a can?
Yeah. But anyway, that's why I just still get so fucking annoyed by that. People just like idolize Nancy Grace, and it just gets me so fucking annoyed.
Now, all right, B Tim. I didn't say I idolize her. I said
I
she
don't think
wasn't
anybody
worse than
idolizes.
Bullhorn.
I think you people are idolizing her.
Nobody idolizes her.
Literally, Ickamel is having a Nancy
He
Grace night.
loves Nancy Grace. He loves her.
Like,
Obviously.
bro,
Really loves
can you
her.
do some true crime investigation on Nancy Grace? Why is it like a normal person like me know this shit, and you're like the most famous, like you're like a famous true crime guy, and you don't look at and say like she's a fucking tragedy pimp?
Well,
How is he able to stream her like that?
Well, probably because they're friends. They probably
Oh.
like hell, he probably calls her up and say hello. I mean, I don't know.
Well, he came out
Like-
with some good stuff that he found, right? So they probably that's the only
Yeah.
reason. Yeah.
I wouldn't consider Ickamel really true crime.
Really?
It's like
Investigate.
car chases all the
He
time.
doesn't investigate though. He just plays other news clips the whole
And
time.
does a
He
lot
does all
of car
this.
chase coverage from LA.
Yeah,
I swear
it's
to God.
rare that he actually, and then every now and then he has people like Ronnie call in. You know what I'm saying?
You guys
Yeah,
know
it's
he
like
does this? When he's watching the video.
Yeah, I'm just saying. This is like I don't like that lady. Don't know why no one knows about these facts. I mean, like, come on.
That
I've known
girl.
about him. She sucks. What's up, guys?
What's up, that girl?
Hi.
Oh, that girl.
I am super busy, but you guys, I think I solved Tootgate for real.
What
Who
is
is
it?
it?
Oh gosh.
Like for real.
Oh,
So
wow.
I was And it's not a squeaky chair. I was watching the like actual live time, and I listened to what Joneson said right after it happened. She said she was trying to hurry up and hit me. Now I could just be having your back. I don't know, but just check it out. You know how when somebody takes a hit, because she said she was trying to hurry and mute before she started coughing. You know when people try to hold that shit in, they're like when they cough.
Yeah,
Is
that's
is
exactly
that what
what
the
happened.
Exactly.
fuck that
Yeah.
was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, because
It's
I haven't got to
exactly
see your video. I haven't got to see all the videos yet, but I was thinking about it and I was like, that was that bitch choking on her bowl. It
Exactly.
wasn't, yeah, it wasn't a tube.
Solved. That girl
for sure,
solves the
but
case.
it did sound just like the way I muted right after I did that made it sound just
Yeah,
like a
because there
tube.
was
It
like a
really
long
did.
Cut
pause.
off
There
the
was
rest. Yeah.
yeah, there was a long pause, and then you giggled. So I was like, that bitch tooted.
Mhm.
And then and then I really listened to what you said afterwards, and I was like, oh, never mind.
Because I didn't hear it
The
live.
best for me was when Queen came up and said, "Who's
shit
up here
themselves?"
spitting?" And Joseph says, "Me."
Yeah, because I was like, what?
Okay, so I have to ask. I have to like stand outside. So if you hear a dog, I'm sorry, but I have to ask, why the fuck does that woman have a table set up in front of the murder house?
Because she's a
For
tragedy
her
pimp.
heater. For her heater underneath.
She's a tragedy pimp, like the rest.
Is
She's the
she
worst
just
tragedy.
doing? I've known
out
that
there.
since Hot Mom. The second that between what was it, Casey Anthony and Scott Peterson, I figured her out back then, man.
Yeah, Scott
She's,
Peterson. She
yeah,
was fun. Yeah.
that was
But
awesome.
for
Someone
a good
needs to send her
reason.
a floral arrangement for her desk.
Yeah, maybe JLR could sneak one out of his
Pop
place.
said, just so you know, ice pops were invented by 11-year-old by an accident. And then he said, oh no, you will definitely know if Jones and Toots.
Oh, shit. Blackmail material. If
So,
he
but
ever starts a chit, yeah, what's up?
is
Sorry.
she just doing like? No, I'm sorry, and I've been like moving and stuff all day. So is she just sitting out there to do like a little segment,
Yeah.
or is she giving autographs? What the fuck is she doing?
She's gonna do a segment, probably. You
That's
know,
so ridiculous.
Doesn't it
It
look
does
like a
look like
little
an autograph
autograph table?
Yeah, it does. I just, when you
Yeah,
said
an
that,
autograph
whoa.
table that you set up like when you're having like a book
Oh
signing.
my god.
I don't see her being too gracious if people
Or
approach
lemonade
her
stand.
asking for an autograph. Lemonade stand.
Man, I swear.
Nick, will you explain? I put Amy's comment on the screen. Will you explain to her?
Okay, so yesterday, both Ernie was worse, but Nicolene was live, and she got a picture sent to her, and she shows everybody, and it's Smoky Mountain with her late husband, was in the military that passed away, and she showed it for like, I don't know, 5-10 seconds, and then she brought it back, and then people in her chat had to tell her that's Smoky Mountain's late husband, but she didn't like say like, oh my bad, she just took, you know what I mean, took it away and went on. She goes, and then she brings it right away. Well, these motherfuckers got me fired from my job, so it's fair game to that extent, you know, blah 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 blah. Nobody got you fired from your job. You shouldn't have been on YouTube doing what you fucking did. If you care about your job so damn much, nobody called your job on you. But that's what she kind of tried to make as an excuse. But yeah, her late husband was military. He was. She showed. They're in big. She's in big trouble, and so is Ernie. You can't. They basically doxing her and her late husband, who was in his military uniform. And then Ernie played a video of him and her picking their kids up at school, and it was just absolutely.
What the fuck?
Yep, him and her, as in the late husband.
I thought Ernie and Nicolina were against each other.
They are. That's the crazier part. They're both at the same
Wow.
time. They both like within I want to say 15-20 minutes of each other or closer. Did that. They were both live, and Rat was recording Ernie because Ernie dirty delete, so he was recording Ernie as he did it, and then Nicolina also got recorded, so they couldn't dirty delete. So they're both going to be in some big trouble, because when you dox they were saying in the chat, somebody in the military that, you know what I mean, especially if they, if not especially, but they passed away as well. There was some language that they were using in the chat for it that people that were like, knew about it. I can't exactly remember what the language was verbatim, but it was basically like, they're not going to be on YouTube much longer. Let's put it that way. Mhm.
Hey, Cambry. Are
It
you
was
still
very
looking, BTM?
Yeah, I'm a little looking, but I'm just looking at other things. But yeah,
I'm gonna grab some beer. I'll be right back.
Jones, did you guys talk already about that sealed search warrant? I don't want to bring up Idaho too much, but just the fact that it was
No, you can
sealed.
talk about whatever. This is just an open live.
No, I
mean,
know. I don't want to I know everybody's, I'm burnt out too, but that's, I listen to this like Spaces, on Twitter, they have a thing called Spaces, kind of like what we do, but like for a bunch of people, and like Sleuthy Goosey was on it. I even saw me and Queen were on at the same time, like Nerdy
Oh,
Attic
wow.
was doing it. And they were talking about just that, like why it would be sealed, like what the possibilities were. They had some really interesting theories, like what you were saying, like maybe, because they also took down the court documents from Idaho's website. Not his like traffic stop, but the affidavit and his arrest
They took it
warrant.
down?
Yeah. And so
Mhm.
that, along with like that sealed affidavit being like a threat to like the safety of the public and of the witnesses, they think it could be like one of two things, like I said, but like either there's like more to it that he might have like not maybe necessarily killed, but like maybe tried to like, abduct somebody, that maybe they found some kind of evidence or something
Right.
of
Is that,
even if it's not another murder, it could be, because like people think it's like a big, maybe he did it so fast. Maybe he tried it. It's not a big leap to think that
no,
he
it's
got away
not at
with
all.
it
Well, what do you
before.
think personally? What do you think?
I think it could. I mean, it could. I mean, I don't. You just don't know. I think it could be either one of those. Like, either could be like that they do have more information on some other kind of crime, and like releasing the contents of his apartment in Pullman would jeopardize that, and that it might be going federal because other murders might be connected, or
Mm-hmm.
the witnesses themselves, then it's like more evidence that they would need to seal if there's evidence that are linked to his apartment, because they took out this huge like tower, and they were talking about that on the Spaces, that had like a video card. Like he might have thought, try to get rid of stuff, but there might be like evidence leaking, maybe even
Well,
Dylan or
is it crazy to think that he was possibly in a community online, kind of like,
that's another
weirdos
possibility.
do? And it connects a lot more people, not
They said
necessarily
that
to the
dark web
murder.
stuff. They said that like he might have been in touch with other similar people on the dark web because of that. It was like the tower that they took wasn't like, it was like custom. He was saying, this guy, I don't know so much about it, but he was saying it wasn't like your normal like hard drive tower. It was like a custom thing, which, it was just interesting, where it could be, like maybe he thought to cover his tracks to a certain degree, but who knows? Like the dark web stuff is interesting because there's exactly that. Like maybe he was reaching out to other people. There's
Yeah,
people like,
because
well, maybe there's another person
Survey.
involved, but I don't think that.
The
Yeah, the
survey.
survey. Exactly.
It's made me feel, I've had this weird feeling that this has been a game. I don't know if he's like the leader of the game or recruited other participants to do not necessarily this crime, but other crimes, and now it's your turn to level up type thing.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
That would be crazy. But it's not very shocking though when you
That, in
look
my
at
mind,
him, and his history
yeah.
with the forums and shit. I mean, it's not.
Not many friends.
That
Yeah,
weird
it's
date
not
in
that outlandish.
2015. That weird date
Yeah.
though, but like a huge, like, unless other people come forward, like the date happened in 2015, and then he kind of went radio silence for 7 years.
Wow.
Like,
Oh,
unless
it
other
was
people
in
are come forward.
2015?
Yeah, that's what somebody said. 2015.
Oh my god.
So he was like it was 8 years ago, 9
What
years
do you
ago.
think, B Tim?
He's clicking away, looking
He
for
is.
Nancy Grace. Yeah.
And I
So
think he very
did
well
you and
could have
your
known one of the girls, but they knew
Do you
him
want,
as a different name.
Jonesy, do you want to watch what Nancy Grace did the interview after the suicide, how she reacted?
Sure.
here with Cuomo. Actually, Cuomo did the interview with her, so it's kind of funny.
Let's do it.
All right, I'm ready. I'll play it.
Let me move my picture.
Nancy Grace, the ultimate tragedy pimp. The reason why it's hard to, I don't even think you can really find because she did a full hour interview with this mother, but the court suppressed it, and now you can't even find it. You can only find like snippets of the
Look how
Melinda
young
Duckett.
she looks in this one.
Yeah, well, you know.
Is that long ago?
Yeah, it was like, I think 2012.
I like Cuomo. Let's go. Let's get it.
Long time. You were a victim's advocate. I'm sure that you were very distressed by this. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. The focus is certainly not on me. And good morning. It's nice to see you, Chris. Long story short, Trenton Duckett still has not been found. And at this juncture, police are agreeing with me right now. They are now trying to search what we have now learned to be the most recent known whereabouts of Melinda Duckett just hours before Trenton Duckett went missing. What you just showed was the end of practically an hour-long televised broadcast there on Headline News, where for an hour, Melinda Duckett would not admit she would not take a polygraph, would not give police a timeline, and now police are trying to construct that without the help of Trenton's mother.
And that's the whole question here, Nancy Grace. Do you feel responsible now that some of the information that could have helped police is gone forever with this mother? Do you feel that maybe your hardline stance may have made it more difficult to find this little boy?
No, I don't. My interview followed hours and hours of police interrogation of Melinda Duckett. Unfortunately, Melinda Duckett had attempted suicide in the past. In fact, I now learn, according to the Orlando Sentinel, that DFACS, the Department of Family and Children's Services, had actually taken the baby away from her and put him in foster care for 4 days. They were concerned how she would treat the child. His
That
family,
may be soon,
the
Nancy
husband.
Grace, but let me ask you this, because, you know, we have to be respectful of both the situation here.
Deflection.
Yes, maybe there were suicide attempts. Maybe you have the state action with the kids. But do you have any reason to believe that this woman did anything to her child?
Well, you know what, Chris? I've handled a lot of murdered cases and missing children cases, and the first person you look at is the person last seen with the child. And she now admits to her attorney, her own lawyer has come forward and stated she grabbed a shotgun, a diaper bag, and the baby hours before he went missing and went on an 8-hour odyssey through Ocala National Forest for target practice. And that is exactly where police are searching today with cadaver dogs, Chris. So maybe we can take a little dose of common sense and figure out where police are headed. But to suggest 15 to 20-minute interview cause someone to commit suicide, I feel is focusing on the wrong thing.
Why do you think it happened?
It should be focused.
Why do you think it
I
happened,
think it
Nancy Grace?
happened-
After the interview, within 24 hours, it was a very difficult interview. There was a lot of stress. Do you feel any responsibility?
I think it happened because Melinda Duckett may very well know where her son was. She even told her mother just before she killed herself, Trenton's not coming home, Mom. He's not coming home. How, Chris, would she have known that? If anything, I would suggest guilt caused her to commit suicide. And while I sympathize with her family and know as a firsthand victim of crime myself, you look for somebody to blame, anybody. And today the family is blaming me. And I hate what they're going through. But I would suggest their efforts go toward finding this baby.
The idea of a journalist, an interviewer, and then being a judge or a jury, do you believe that that line has become a little bit blurred? That when you go after someone in an interview, maybe you're taking on a job that's not the job to have?
Sir, I did not go after Melinda Duckett.
Damn.
Correction. Melinda Duckett refused to answer questions to either myself or police about her child's whereabouts. It is highly likely he is dead now because of that.
Her reaction, and she was like a judge. We saw a little bit of the earlier video where she literally screamed, "Where's the kid?"
Yeah, and you know, it
And
just
let
seems
me
like
ask you a question before you do that. Does she sound like Bullhorn Betty a little bit?
yeah, she's not backing down. And like she 100% believes everything she's saying. She has no regard to other people, and she just stands behind herself and what she's thinking. It's kind of crazy.
It's similar. It's like she's doing it for ratings too, because like gets people to watch.
Well,
'Cause she's
yeah,
so
yeah. Get them hyped up. Yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the video can't be released now because they sealed it because they realized that 20 to 30-minute interview would have probably made it a lot worse. And they settled that case. They settled that
Oh,
case, and they settled that other case with a woman who burned
she
herself
said
to
a
death.
lot
She knows
worse.
what she was doing, but she will never take that blame. And I also noticed a lot of deflection. She
Oh
just,
yeah, she wants to attack the victim. She wants to attack
yeah,
dirty the water. So it's all right that she can claim all these things on national TV, so she can bloody the whole jury pool. But heavens forbid we actually release the full 20-minute interview. Oh, we can't have that for the trial.
oh my
And
God, I
and
would
this
love
reaches
to
so
know.
many more people than friggin' Bullhorn, like millions possibly, right? I mean, so
Yeah,
Did you
CNN, because when she
hear
was on
all that
CNN,
circumstantial evidence?
yeah. And the kid's still not found. Kid's still probably dead. I mean, like honestly, this far is probably dead. And
yeah.
Nancy Grace doesn't talk about that kid. She just like fucking just wants to just move along to the next tragedy, make her money, and everyone gives her a pass because she's on national TV. Fuck that lady.
That's because the case is over for her and she doesn't think there'll ever be justice.
Yeah.
Mm,
And she does cross the line. She does pretend that she's like a judge.
100%.
Yeah. It's like
Judge, jury, and executioner.
Yeah, you are supposed to do an interview. You're supposed to get information out there. If you're trying to get information out there for a missing kid, you're not supposed to do a police interrogation on a live.
Right.
I mean, like the one with remember the funny one where like literally she does the interview with that African American gentleman about that like she's informing him the police found his son in the
Yeah,
basement.
can we watch that one?
Yeah, I have that. I gotta look for that. One moment.
Because that's the one Boston was talking about earlier, and
Yeah.
Kathy was talking about it.
Which was really bad, actually, in my opinion, because you're literally, what happens if you just jumped out and ran and you just informed him about,
Right.
like that's kind of weird.
Boston, check private chat. I'm getting them to put it in here, Zen. I can't remember the name of it. Does anybody remember the name of that show that Boston was talking about?
Oh, on Netflix?
Yeah.
I think I know what it is. Let me look. Hold on.
Something
The
about a
girlfriend who
girlfriend.
didn't exist.
The girlfriend
Who didn't exist.
who didn't
Yeah,
exist.
I got in the back chat, by the way, that video.
Okay, give me just a second. Let me add this comment.
I wrote it down, so I had it right in front of me.
There you
Sorry,
go,
Ellie.
Zen.
That your son has been found in your basement.
Look at her fucking face.
Mr. Bothell, are you
What?
Yeah, we are getting reports that your son has been found alive in your basement.
What?
Yes, that's what if you could hand me that wire very quickly. Yeah, we're getting that right now from how could your son be alive in your basement?
I have no idea.
Now, this is just a report that we are hearing out of Detroit that we're trying to confirm.
Oh, God,
everybody
please.
in New York, please get on it. Let me know when we get Charlie Langton from WWJ. Sir, did you check your basement?
I checked my basement. The FBI checked my basement. The Detroit police checked my basement. My wife checked my basement. I've been down there several times. We've all been checking. How?
Okay, this is what we are hearing, that the missing 12-year-old boy has been found alive and well in his father's basement. Now, this is what I don't understand why you guys would have reported he's missing, and all our viewers have been on the lookout for him.
we've been on the lookout for him. We searched that entire house repeatedly. The FBI searched, the Detroit police searched. We've all searched. Oh, God, they brought dogs, everything. Everybody is searched. What? Oh, God, my son.
Have you checked your cell phone?
My cell phone is dead. I'm actually getting down here. I left it in the car charging because it had died on me. Oh, God.
And you're telling us that you searched your basement and your wife searched your basement.
I searched my basement. My wife searched my basement. The FBI searched my basement. The Detroit police searched my basement. We've all searched my basement multiple times. Yes. They had the dogs searched. We've all searched the basement. The dogs searched my basement. Oh, God.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to give you a chance to call home and see what you can find out. Charlie Langton, WWJ News. Charlie, we're getting reports tonight that the boy has been found alive in Daddy's basement.
Oh, yeah, Nancy, we're just getting word right now, and we've just basically confirmed that, yeah, the boy has been found alive in the father's basement. And we're just getting reports right now that is true. And literally, it just broke moments ago. Now, why the father didn't know about that for the last 11 days, what if the child was afraid, if there was any other collusion amongst anyone, what the child ate, all of those are questions that we are trying to get reports on right now. We understand that we're sending news crews right now to the scene. We're also understanding that the police chief is going to make yet another announcement that should be coming up a little bit later on. But yes, the boy has been found alive in his father's basement.
Okay, so did Detroit police and FBI really search that dude's basement?
I see the story.
How about if Nancy says we need to take a quick break and tells him fucking privately?
Or just simply not tell him at all and like just inform the cops, you know.
Right.
But he knew, I mean, obviously, Dad, right?
Okay, so it does say on January 19th, 2016, the case was resolved when he pleaded guilty to fourth-degree child abuse in exchange for removal of the second-degree child abuse. Prosecutors revealed that he was very thin. The boy was very thin and marks on his body from the abuse. And when he was found after being reported missing, Barthiel the Fourth, I can't say his name, Barthiel the fourth or fifth testified that he was kept home from school and forced to engage in rigorous exercise routine daily by the parents, in addition to allegations of being beaten. Barthiel the Fourth also admitted beating his son with a PVC pipe, and he was sentenced to 18 months of probation and mandatory anger management classes. That seems a little light to me. He also
but the kid was missing, what, 11 days when they found him in the basement?
Yeah, I wonder if they did find out. Like, did they search the basement?
That's what I'm saying. Why wouldn't they search the basement on the first day? You know what I'm saying?
Maybe this guy hid this kid and then put him back and is going to an interview and they found him then.
Yeah.
And he looked a little surprised.
Yeah, and he looked a little like fakely, like he was having a fake anxiety attack.
And that would mean that they went in while he was here, I guess.
Yeah.
With his wife at home, because they wouldn't just bust in, right? Or would they?
They probably would need I don't know if they need a warrant. They probably need a warrant to go down there, so they probably had probable cause.
This interview. No, just kidding.
That face,
is crazy.
But I'm just saying, I don't think she should be interviewing like she acts like she's still a prosecutor.
Yeah, that's her problem. Mm-hmm.
I know. I'm surprised
I didn't want
she didn't disrespect him, Kathy. I am super surprised.
I was thinking, why is he still sitting in that chair? You gotta go.
He's like, you gotta run. Where's the next airport? I gotta get out of here. I'm about to go to jail. He only did 18 months though.
What?
Really?
Yeah, he only did 18 months probation. And he lost custody.
My God.
Probation? Not even jail?
Yeah.
No prison?
Yeah.
I told you we don't have a justice system. We have a legal system.
You know,
It depends what you pay for and
we
what
live
mood you're in.
we live in a civilization. We live in a society. Satan goes. But yeah, like she does act like a prosecutor. She goes by like her circumstantial facts, like circumstantial evidence all the time. She's always like, "If I just don't like her, I really don't, and I don't know why people like her."
Well, I don't
Forgot.
like her now, B Tim. Thanks.
Well, at least I've like
I'm
opened your
glad to
eyes.
know, though. Yeah.
Like we always cry about the tragedy pimps, but then you have literally people watching the biggest tragedy pimp of them all and not calling her out. Like, really? Mainstream news, tragedy pimp.
Uh-oh. Ellie yeeted herself. Here she is.
Yeah.
She probably had to call. She had to call up Nancy Grace. Nancy Grace is talking about you.
I'm her assistant.
I'm her assistant. She promised me network TV rights.
I got you your text, and I'll check it.
Oh shit!
I was waiting to see because Queen was supposed to be going live sometime this evening.
Yeah,
I was
when
waiting to see if she set it up, and I don't see it.
Yeah, she's not. She's probably got to take a little bit more time because it's like this the time she had the kids. She makes the dinner and everything probably.
Yeah, she's
Probably
probably
going to go live like 9 o'clock or something. What is
because
she
it's
gonna,
only 5:30 there.
What do you think she's going to go live about?
I'm thinking probably 8:30 to 9.
No, I'm thinking. What do you think the subject she's probably going to talk about?
Oh,
there
I
she
don't
is.
know.
I'm just waiting for you, baby. Oh, okay. So she's waiting for you to end.
No, ma'am. We like for you to go live, and then we all just crash out of here and head there.
Yeah, that's.
You go ahead and get your music, your intro going. Hell yeah, let me know when that intro's going.
Get the skedaddle out of here.
I tell her that all the time, but she's so used to these petty ass bitches on YouTube.
Yeah.
Gen X
You
said
know-
the kid hid in the basement. Where did he hide? Where could he hide that the FBI and dogs don't find him? I'm so confused. Now I got to look at this case. Thanks a lot.
We got to look into Nancy Grace. Did she have anything? No, I'm joking.
Maybe he's
I don't
done
wanna
an
get sued.
interview. He's probably much older. One was
Yeah,
what year
Jared.
was this?
Did you see Jared AWP was arrested?
That might be what Queen's wanting to talk about.
Yeah, did you see it? I sent like the.
I saw it down the rabbit hole a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if they were talking about like now he was arrested or he was arrested.
Yeah, I think they dropped
before.
one of the
On the 5th, January 5th, and they might be holding him because his next court appearance is on the 20th. So I didn't see
Did someone
anything
get a
about
video? Did he really
bail.
get handcuffs?
They arrested him. He's arrested. He was arrested and booked.
Arrested.
And I didn't see
Oh,
anything about
shit.
bail. I've been like following this too.
Please, someone
you know?
tell me you have a video of him being arrested.
No, I think he probably turned himself in and was probably
so.
foot.
Did you say please don't tell me? Because that.
No, please tell me. That's what I want. I want to see
Oh,
him get
yeah.
handcuffs.
Oh, you want handcuffs? I have the court documents. I don't, and it just says no. I don't see anything about bail because he's appearing in court, right? Very close. Maybe I don't know. Don't
Have
you have
you
a bail
sent
hearing right away though?
Tim, what you sent me
What?
about that? About Jared, Ellie?
No, I didn't send you. I sent you about Nancy.
No, I'm
no,
asking Ellie if she
What?
sent to you what she sent to me about
I sent-
AWP.
Oh, I sent you that. I forget what I sent you. Yeah.
Okay, we gotta. I really want that guy to go to jail, and I don't. I think it's gonna be very tough that he goes to trial.
Well, they're holding. I mean, it didn't say anything about bail or anything.
Well, you know what? It could be just that they're gonna have a bail hearing. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
think-
yeah. They can't just hold him, right? I mean,
No, they can't hold him without bail him or something.
but he was booked and
Yeah, that's probably
arrested,
what happened. They probably booking him, arrest him, and then he goes for a bail.
and then he let him go.
Like they did. Yeah, like they did
Okay.
Dolly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean,
Well-
for trial rape, it
kinda.
says. Yeah.
I think Dolly's charges were a lot less than Jared's.
No, I mean it's just kind of like a in, wait for your court, which is your bail, and then out. It's an in and out, like 2 or 3 day process, depending on when was the 5th? Was I don't know.
That
What's
was,
today?
Today's the 11th, so it's what was it? Tuesday?
Okay, so if it was Tuesday, he probably bailed out Wednesday.
Oh no, Friday.
Oh,
Friday.
then he didn't bail out probably until Monday.
The 6th
Usually
was- oh,
here
the-
on the
Oh
weekend,
no,
if
it
you
was Thursday. It was Thursday. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
then he might have bailed out on Friday, but
Yeah.
it could have been Monday. But it just depends on their. Because
What
I
do
know
they-
here, if you're booked on a Friday, you ain't getting out until Monday when that judge comes in.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happened with Beat. Well, what about like, would he be, they show bail though, court documents? Nobody could find that. Like they set bail right there?
They're giving him a lot of special treatments. Let's just
They
say.
really are. I know. That's the whole thing through this whole
I
thing.
mean, a lot of special treatments. I'm wondering, it's a little too much. Even like I think I was seeing down the rabbit hole. They like I think it was either a typo or something. They lowered it from 2 charges to 1 charge.
Yeah, they took one of the charges away. That's weird too. Yeah.
So
I spent 6 hours in the jail once, and they let me write a check to get myself out.
yeah, maybe
I've
you shouldn't
never
tell
even
that.
seen a jail. Can y'all believe that? I grew up. My
That's a
dad.
lie. That's a lie.
That's not a fucking lie, B. Tim. My dad, he would take me into the sheriff's department, like where the deputies went in, and had breaks and all that, and into his office. But he would never take me to see our county jail. And I just wanted to see it so badly. But till today, I'm 34 years old and I still have not seen a jail.
We all know that every time they just took it and said, listen, if you act badly, you're going to jail, and you put you in jail for like 1 hour a day or something.
Yeah, I
Teach
did a
you
lot of
lesson.
shit to get in jail, but yeah, he's right. He kept me out.
Yeah, he probably waiting.
But if I went in with him, like if he needed to go by and get his check or something, this was back with paper checks, right? I would go in with him and I'd be like, man, let me see the jail. And he'd be like, no, baby, you don't want to go back there.
My daddy is surely not like your daddy. One time I was in jail, different time, and he was coming to get me, but he was coming to get me in the back of his own police car.
Well, I mean, you got to think too, though.
We had to call my aunt.
It's not show and tell, but as a child, that's, you know what I'm saying? But if you think about it, he
Intimidating.
couldn't take me back there
Yeah.
because, I mean, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, Jones, I'm going to skedaddle. I'll
Are
see
you
around.
skedaddling? Has
I'm
Queen started her thing yet?
She hasn't, but I'll probably chill for a moment before I just like
Okay.
that one.
Okay.
All right. You have a good one, guys. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
BTM.
So for
Thanks
those,
for converting us.
for those who weren't here, I think B Tim's gonna help on the serial killer night.
Cool.
We're gonna do it February 3rd, and I'll go ahead and have it scheduled and everything. And we're gonna do serial killer trivia. It'll be 25 questions. If you're on the panel, you can't play. If you want to play, you have to be in chat. That way that when everybody answers, it'll come in at the same time on chat. And it'll be the first
Yeah.
person on my screen that I see. And B. Tim isn't wanting to play because he doesn't want to be put on the FBI watch list. So he's
Because of
going to
all the
be up
info
here to
he
help.
knows.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
fun.
the winner at the end of the 25 questions, who he said, you making snacks. The winner at the end of the 25 questions will receive like a $30 award. So it's going to either be $30, however you choose. If you choose a virtual gift card, we'll email it through, your email. If you choose Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, whatever, I'll send it to you. So we're going to do that.
That sounds like
February 3rd.
fun. Awesome. Serial killers. And you guys are going to come up with the questions, you and B. Tim? Or
I don't know if B. Tim's even going to look into it like that. He's more than welcome to. I know he's still listening. He's more than welcome to find some good questions, but yeah, he's going to be up here watching the chat with me
Got
to
it.
see who popped up first.
The
If you don't
judges.
want to play, you're allowed to hang out on panel.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying?
Got
But
it.
if you're going to want to actively participate, you got to stay in chat or jump down from panel each question and chat like everybody else.
I have a question for you already. Which serial killer made Follow the Grain a balloon animal?
Gacy.
I'll get it. You win. You win.
But we're also gonna that night after the trivia, we're gonna look at the Hunt a Killer website. Have you heard of that, Ellie?
Mm-mm.
Hunt a Killer, Bailey Sarian and Stephanie Harlow.
Oh, I like Stephanie Harlow. I watch her on.
Yeah, she talks about the Hunt a Killer series box. You can get a series, which is a 6-month subscription. You get a box a month, and it's supposed to take
This
a
is
lot of
what you
time.
meant. That's why I didn't understand.
Yeah, it's 6 boxes.
So it's a different game. Not one you're making, it's another
Oh,
game.
this is where the questions are coming from.
Yeah,
Got
that's what I
it.
mean.
No,
Got it.
no.
Okay,
No,
no.
separate.
Okay. Separate. Okay, got it.
Okay, look,
So
there's
confused.
Serial Killer Night, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be February 3rd. But what we are going to discuss when we're done with Serial Killer Night is what kind of Hunt a Killer box do we want to get for the following week? You see what I'm saying?
Got it. Got it.
Because it's a mystery game.
Oh, fun.
And so everything that it comes with, I will like it comes with autopsy reports,
Oh, interesting.
statements, everything. It comes with everything.
Oh, that's so cool. I'm
And
gonna look into it. I just pulled it up on my.
yes, look into it. And
Cool.
we can either do one box, which is, I think they said you can finish it within a night, like a family game night kind of box. So it's just one box. I think it's like $30.
I'll
Or you can,
donate to buying it too. You know.
no. I'm gonna do the first one. I'm gonna do the first. If we do the subscription, it's $200, but it's 6 boxes, and they come out once a month.
Oh, fun. That's
See what I'm saying?
cool.
So it'll ship to me once a month. So we could dedicate one night a week to doing that Hunt a Killer game.
Yeah.
Oh.
Interesting.
It looks really fun. You solve a murder. Yeah, they give you all kinds of stuff, autopsy pictures, all kinds of shit.
Oh, Stephanie Harlow is involved with that company.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm going to use her code when I get it. But I'm going to do the first one. I don't mind putting up for the first one because I've always wanted to try it. And then if we decide later that we enjoyed it and we want to do it again, then if you want to donate, you
yeah,
can.
Totally. That sounds great. Good plan.
It's imaginary. It's made up, Cappy. Made up cases. Yeah. It's not like it seems real. It seems like it might be true cases, but it's not. I don't think they would be able to do that.
Or if you win and you enjoyed yourself, maybe you can forfeit your prize for the next month's box.
Oh, yeah, you could if that's what you would want to do.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Cappy thinks she might have one. Like she said, she might. Cappy thinks she might have a game like that game. I know I've seen this game, and which I thought,
No, she thought the
she had
cases
it.
that they present are real because if you look it up, it looks like real shit. Like it looks like real stuff.
That's like learning about it from like a different perspective in a way.
Yeah, and from what I understand, the first part of a video I watched last night said that you're sent like an opening letter with the box and that you want to analyze the shit out of that letter. So basically, if it mentions certain things, we could be like, okay, let's look up this right now. And then if we finish the night and there's still stuff we wasn't able to look up that was pertained in that letter, then Ellie could look up on her time. Tim could look up on his time, however you want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's really cool. We could make it work.
Yeah. That sounds cool.
I'm glad it's not till February 3rd so that I can understand what's happening.
I'm gonna set it up. I'm gonna schedule it for February 3rd for the Serial Killer Night. Y'all look it up though. It's it's what's it called? Ellie? What's it called?
Oh, Hunt a Killer.
Hunt a Killer, yes. Yeah. Look it up. And that's why I want us to look it up after we play the Serial Killer game, because there's different types of boxes you can choose in different cases. And I want us to all kind of vote on which cases we want.
Cool.
I know, right?
That's different.
Look, she said, I've seen
Awesome.
so many sponsorships. I wish I could think it's fake. I watch too much YouTube, I think. I know I see it everywhere, Cambry.
You know, people used to do those like murder mystery parties.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like
Yeah.
this, but a little. I mean, in a way, you know what I mean? But
Yeah, and I like that they make it where the evidence that I have physically in front of me, a lot of it is material, like reading material
yeah,
and pictures. And I like that, and maps and shit. That way I can just scan it through and it'll show up straight to you guys. And if you want to save it to look at it on your own, you can
Mhm.
outside of when we're doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah.
I
Interesting.
went to one of those mystery theater dinners before, like at a restaurant where they came in
Yeah.
and did that.
Uh-huh.
But I was so nervous because the audience, they pick members to participate. I
Oh.
was so nervous they were going to pick me. I couldn't even follow along. I was sitting there like, no, no.
Yeah.
I'm not like that now, but then I was.
Yeah, it is the modern day version of Clue. It is.
Cool.
Oh, I love that game. Did you guys play that game ever? I love that game. That
Oh,
was-
yeah, we love Clue. My
Yeah.
husband, I don't know how he did it, Ellie, but one time we had family game night and we had opened the box, put everything up. He looked at his little cards and was like, it's, what was her name? Scarlett? Is it Scarlett?
Oh yeah, like that
The
was one of
redheaded
the
lady? He was like, it's her with this in this room.
with the lead pipe in the
Yeah,
library.
and ended the game before anybody did anything.
Oh my god, I love that. I know it gets so you could like really.
I don't
we love.
understand how he did it. I don't get it.
There's like a lot
Look,
of logic with that game. You know what I mean? Like it's a kind of like it's like there's a lot of probability stuff. Like you, okay, it's not this place, it's not this person, it's not this weapon. Remember?
yeah, but look,
Yeah.
he said he's a cheat now. How did he cheat though? How did he cheat? We were all sitting there. We pass out the cards. He looks at his cards and says it's this, this, and this, and that was it. Nobody rolled anything. Nobody did anything.
If you play it long enough too, you get to know the cards too. I think you know what I mean.
That motherfucker.
He's just like,
we were so
Played
confused.
it every day.
He's like, I know this shit. I'm on it. He's like, I
We're
remember
like,
we
what
would
the
got.
fuck just happened? I was pissed. I was pissed. Like, what? Miss
So these haunted
Scarlett,
killer
yeah.
box are not real crimes?
No,
Okay.
but no, absolutely no. Mm-mm.
So you don't have to know, like your trivia night where you have to know like serial
Yeah.
killer and
Mhm.
Yeah,
stuff.
if you're wanting to participate in the serial killer game, you need to do research.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Did
gonna
you
come
see
up
I
with some
put
questions.
there is on a website that lots of people order from a serial killer adult activity book. I'm like, really?
What?
I saw it today on Amazon. I'll just say it. It's an adult activity book about serial killers.
Was that like a suggestion for you because they're listening to you?
Probably.
Right. They're like, let's suggest this.
Right?
Weird.
Because you know what I was
Ellie,
looking up?
he
Christmas
said,
figurines.
he said Ellie sounded disappointment about it being fake cases.
Oh no! I think it would be distasteful if it was real cases. You wouldn't want to like take real people and like, right? No.
Right.
That's why I
No.
was so confused.
Yes, Gen X.
I think they
It is.
me. Sometimes people like mean follow the grain. They get confused with. I think that was
Yeah.
follow the grain saying that.
It's probably.
Because
I
was
think I was
thinking
like,
about that whole
oh. I think I could go, oh.
That could be either of us.
That wasn't disappointed. That was, I finally, the light bulb went off.
Yeah. I do that too. Like, it makes sense. Yeah.
Oh my God, I know that sounds bad, but I don't know. I love learning I'm intrigued by serial killers.
This is why I'm drawn to these cases.
Let me see if I can find the picture of my background. I'm gonna show y'all.
It's like you have a desire to understand and you never will, but you keep trying.
Yeah. I think it just people in general. And like when you come up across somebody like this, you know, before we even knew him, we were trying to figure out what kind of person could do something like that. You try to wrap your mind around like the thing that you just can't understand. Like your mind
Yeah, it's
spins.
impossible.
Yeah.
I do. I try to decide, were you born this way or what happened to you?
Hmm.
Both, maybe a
So,
little.
what's
Yeah.
that? Nurture versus nature, nature versus nurture.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look, this is gonna be my backdrop. Y'all see that? It's the
That's
mugshots of
awesome.
serial killers.
Oh wow.
Do
Okay,
you
so we
know
get like
when
a
you
hint to
when
see
you
who's
said
going to be in our trivia
Well,
game.
yeah, but this is just my background for
Oh,
my
okay. Okay.
YouTube,
okay.
anyways. Period.
Oh, really? Just in
You
general.
know what
Okay,
I
good.
thought you was gonna get? Seriously? Like your back screen picture right now. Mushrooms and fairies and a forest.
It was between the two, but I need to add a little bit of true crime into my my
Right?
true crime drama.
Yeah, it's both.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do like a whole little revamp, basically my pictures and all that. But I want to keep it kind of, I don't know, because that's how, like, literally, that's how it is with me. You look at me, half my body is cartoon tattoos, like whimsical hippie shit, and the other side's dead people and dead looking flowers. So
So did you make this or this is something you can get like online like a tapestry?
it's a tapestry. Yeah, yeah, pay $40 for this,
Oh my gosh.
but it's perfect.
Oh,
I
it's
want
like
to
a
use it as my
tapestry.
background.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
for when
your
I
your
go
room,
visual.
your
Yeah.
It's
streaming room,
perfect
right?
for this, but who else is that perfect for? Ew.
Huh?
Who you think to yourself, who would buy this? And now I know somebody who would. But I get why you
Girl,
would. But if I
I
went to a
would.
friend's
Hell
house
yeah.
and they had that on a wall, I'd be like, bye.
Oh no, that's what my mama said. She was like, I think it's perfect because you don't see anybody with something like that on
No.
YouTube. And she was like, I think it's perfect if you're okay with having serial killers posted on your
You should
wall. And I'm
do
like,
serial killer diamond art because nobody. I looked it up. Nobody. It doesn't exist. I think you should.
really?
You should do that.
I
Look it
should
up.
do that.
I love it.
I should. Yeah,
Start it.
it's gonna be fun. I don't know. I'm just trying to get myself together.
Who would
I gotta
even know something like that existed?
Well, I looked up serial kill. Well, actually, you know what, y'all? I went through a few phases. Looked at the whimsical. I had a few tapestries of that I liked. And then I went through horror movies, right? Scary movies. I can't say that word. Horror. I went through scary movie tapestries, and those were really cool too. And it led me, and I was like, I know exactly what I should do because this is just, I've always been intrigued by, I know a lot,
Uh-huh.
it's like, that's kind of like, I don't know,
Yeah.
just, I don't know how to explain it. That's what I mean
Yeah.
by
It just like
it's, I have
clicked.
two personalities in my one body. I'm the hippie, but I love to learn about serial killers. I love
Yeah.
to talk about serial killers.
We all
And
have that kind of. It's just trying to like understand like something that is so like horrific, I guess, or just that
yes,
we
like
don't,
what you were just saying, there's no way you can even get in their mindset at all.
which makes
And I
it
just find it so
intriguing for us.
Thankfully.
intriguing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Me too. That's I've always
I
like.
don't sexualize them or anything like
Oh
most people
no.
do. Hell
Ugh.
no. You
Ew. Yeah.
like
No. No.
Ted Bundy, people think he was hot as fuck. He was good looking, but I think he was a monster.
But then you
You
look at
know
him and he
what?
can't be good looking because you know what he did. So it changes your. I feel like me. It changes my perception. You know.
Yeah, it does. And you know what my problem I'm having right now is figuring out a way to mesh all of me into this YouTube channel. And I'm struggling
You're doing it
because
though. You're. It's.
serial killers don't match fairy gardens.
But they go good together. You know.
But they don't match. So I've got to figure out a way to mesh the two
The
into,
balance, kind of.
yeah. I don't know
Mm.
what I'm gonna do.
You'll
I'm
figure it out. You're gonna figure it out. You know. You.
Have their faces peeking out of the forest mushroom patch.
Oh my God, don't play with me, Grain. That is actually, I could see me doing that.
Girl, come on.
Oh, I love corny shit like that. I
Oh my
don't
God.
know.
I love how you put our heads on detectives at the beginning of that. So
What? What?
She put like our little like avatar heads on like the faces of detectives at the beginning of her video. I couldn't stop. It was the funniest thing I've ever saw. I was just laughing so hard.
Look, Dad said hippies like serial killers. Yeah, they do,
Yeah,
but the
I do
aesthetic
too.
doesn't blend.
I know. Yeah, it doesn't blend too.
I gotta figure
Trust
out a
me.
way to make it happen.
It's definitely not a Zen room, girl. You need to have one wall serial killers and the other wall your mushroom fairies.
Oh no.
Yeah, but it could be simple and simple.
And whatever you're talking about, you can turn. So that one's in the background or the other one. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's whatever we're talking about. Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking too, that you could just change them.
Oh yeah.
So I need another tapestry then. I need to go ahead and get me a fun night. So
Girl,
then
I
I'll
seen
have like
that
a true
mushroom one
crime
online.
and just a chillin', talking about
True
whatever.
crime on mushroom night. I'm just kidding.
True crime on mushrooms. Oh my God.
Bring your
That
microdose.
But that kind of could work because
Yeah.
some of the shit these true crime or these
Oh yeah. To get into
murderers
their
and shit do,
minds.
it's like, what?
Yeah. Maybe we're onto something.
Ellie.
And I need to send you a crown of flowers for the days when you're on here just being hippie, okay?
Okay.
We need to form like our own detective agency. Eventually. That'd be
Look,
funny.
Kathy, are you talking about what Ellie just said? True crime on mushrooms?
Why? Is she mad at me? I was kidding.
No, she said that's an awesome idea. Yeah, Charles Manson was a hippie serial killer. Who else was? There was somebody else.
I mean, they gotta have one that's like marijuana and mushrooms on a tapestry. If they have all these
I
freaks.
know. Oh my God. Ellie, you might have did it. Do you know me and my mama was sitting there the other night trying to figure out a way to mesh?
The two?
Yeah. True crime on mushrooms. And it is like true crime on mushrooms because you got these tragedy pimps out here being crazy as fuck. And then you got the suspects that do crazy shit that your mind can't even absorb.
Yeah.
Ellie, we're all taking and learning stuff from you. We're all going to steal your stuff because the other night
Oh
you said
my
truth,
God.
justice, and no more bullshit was all you wanted. And I'm like, I want a channel.
Oh, I
Truth,
said that.
justice, and no more bullshit.
Oh, Ellie, did you say that?
She
I don't
did.
remember even.
She goes upset because it's one of the first times I've ever actually heard you
I
like.
got really mad at Betty over that sister at the crime scene thing. I just felt like that.
Yes.
It was like a line, you know, when like certain people in your life, like they might be an acquaintance, they just like, it's like a line too far that they, you know, and then you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I can't even like associate with you anymore. I can't even like, I just got so, I don't know, because she tries to be like so like, you know, smarty pants about stuff, and like to not know that that wouldn't, like, she would maybe be allowed on the street, but why would she go there and be like right up near the door? Like, give me a break, Betty. That's like, right? It got me just really upset. I'm sorry.
Because I was mind blown because I was like,
It
I
blew my
don't know,
mind.
that woman could pass as his sister. But that's because I wasn't looking at the dates of
Yeah,
her
everybody
being
was on the
in two
case.
places at one time. I thought
Yeah.
it was different times.
But even still, Jones, and could pass does not mean that is her.
No, I agree.
Or
And she-
confirmed by like 2 pictures.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, did you hear somebody in here earlier said that she left the video up of the audio call, the Ring camera, and changed the title.
And she also stole that TikToker, this AZ Get. You know how Queen put it on? She stole her TikToker, but then listen to this. You know that friggin' crime circus drip drop? I thought I liked him, and he, you know what he did? He linked the 3D animation to some girl that has like 300 and is not the same girl as like the TikToker.
Oh no.
She's like a van life girl, and she's trying to get like animation jobs from this. And so I think we all need to like email. I don't want to like put too many like messages
Wait.
on the
The girl he tagged is now trying to use that like it's hers as well and get
she,
jobs?
yes, she and I so I
Oh, hell no.
and you can't message somebody on TikTok until they follow you, and I'm not like big on TikTok, so I even wrote on her message and like doxed myself or what. I shouldn't say that on here, but whatever. Like I wrote a message. I'm gonna go delete it right now, but whatever. Hopefully she saw it because that person is. I listened to her voice, and she's some woman that's living in her car. It might be Jersey or something. Not like it's. She has 2 dogs, and she's living in like a van that she did, and she definitely doesn't have the. That other girl was in a studio that did it, and her voice is completely different. Like I did some of my own detective work because I was like, Crime Circus has like almost 200, 150,000, 200
Mm-hmm.
people. And he, like, all those people were going over to her page. And on the video, she says it's hers pretty much. I'll like send it to you.
What in the hell has ever happened to integrity?
There is none.
Ah!
Like, I might be crazy and unfiltered and say shit, but God,
There's
man,
no morals or ethics or
no, there's
anything.
none.
Like that, I don't know why it got me so, because this girl has like 5 videos up, and she probably just did it because she's probably a designer, an architect, and did it on a free app. And now some jerk who has, is like trying to get her van life channel started, is like using hers and trying to get design, because maybe she does a similar kind of design work, but she didn't do that one, and she's saying she did. And I don't know, like, that's ridiculous, right? I mean, that's like, people are crazy. They don't care. They just she wants to build her channel. Like, that's a perfect example. Somebody with 300 people that she just wants to build her channel, and got like probably sent it to Crime Circus, drip drop. And like, he was like, okay, I'll put a link, and it's a small little link, but people are going over and subscribing and saying, great video, thank you. And she's like, you could share this. It's like, it's not
So
yours
he's
to fucking
supporting that.
So he's on the list. He's like, I mean, or he
Well,
didn't check
he's
his
been on my
sources.
list. I mean, the shit
Good.
he says, he runs off of 4chan rumors. So,
So
Is
know,
this the guy with the weird, looks like carrot
yeah.
top with blood on his
Yeah.
face? Okay, yeah. I
He's
only
not
watched one
good.
little clip. I wasn't interested.
He's out. He doesn't check his sources at all. If I could check it, and like, people, Queen knows where she's the one that told me where that thing came from. But the fact that somebody else sent it to him and like said it was like theirs and it wasn't, that's icky, I think, right? I mean,
It is, yeah.
that's icky. I don't know. That's
Gen
just
X, you can drop the name. That's fine. B Tim, how you gonna leave panel and be in chat? You shut it. It doesn't surprise me in a sense. Do you get what I'm saying?
I'm
Like,
newer. I don't know. I guess yeah. I mean, people have do that with other things, and like, it's like, they take like people's artwork from Etsy and will like do stuff with, I mean, but this is on a bigger scale, because of the eyes on this case. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And that girl did it just for her own, like, that girl that on TikTok, I think, did it just for her. Maybe I doesn't say that use this freely. You know what I mean? And this girl was implying it was hers. I mean, I don't think this girl really cares on TikTok. It seemed like I think she was just doing it for her own, to kind of like show what she wanted to do it for her own, to see where everybody was placed, like Gray,
And oh, that's so sad.
Yeah,
I
I'll
don't
send
think
you
I'm
the
so much
thing.
surprised it was done as I am appalled by it. Like,
yeah, I guess that's just all the kind of thing they all do. It's like another Joseph Morris kind of move, right?
Yeah, it's like, why are there so many sleazy people?
There's a lot.
It seems like there's overwhelmingly more bad people than good, is how I feel. And that's scary.
And that's why these other people, these creators we're talking about, these tragedy pimps, get so many more views. And people just stay on it and watch, because there's just so much. If it's not drama and hate fueled, people don't care.
Yeah.
No.
Like, that's entertaining to them. It's above the norm,
It's, I mean,
and when they realize it and keep watching, what does that say?
Yeah, it says that they enjoy it. It's literally, they would prefer entertainment over facts. They enjoy letting their minds wander and speculate more than they enjoy getting just the normal facts. Like, these are the facts and this is what it is. That's boring to them.
Yeah, like instead of getting mad like we do, they
Mm-hmm.
laugh at it and just keep watching and sharing it, thinking it's funny, and it's not. It's not at all.
Mm-mm. Hold on, Cappy said Jones and wait, what happened? Ellie's talking about oh Lord.
That crime circus drip drop. He's called Drip. That's his name, Drip Drop. He just like, I don't know, he
That's
linked
his name.
somebody.
I hear y'all calling
He
him
says
that.
it. Well, I thought it was a joke, like
I
that
did
BTM
too.
was called. I feel like somebody was calling him Drip. I think Queen calls him Drip Drop. I don't know. I think it's funny, but he says I'm Drip Drop. He says that at the beginning of his.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this is Drip Drop. I'm like, okay, now I get it. But yeah. I mean, maybe
Like
it's just he's not checking his sources enough. But the fact that this girl was like passing off her own work, that the
Yeah.
3D TikTok, you know, just people just like to they see the eyes on this case, and she's like, oh, perfect way to grow my van life channel. You know, I think that's what she
Yeah.
did. And she
That's
just like
sad.
jumped on, and he was like, it says go subscribe to her, and people left all these friggin' messages for her, like, thank you for your friggin' thing, and da da da. I don't know. It's not
Facts.
cool. Yeah.
Allison, is it Allison? Oh, I can never say her name right. Allison, facts are boring to them. They want sensationalism, thriving off of drama, even if it's fabricated. Exactly.
Yes. Thank you for.
Because Drip Drop brought up the sister at the crime scene too, you know? He brings up like Papa Roach and like the Reddit stuff. You know, Papa Rogers, not Papa Roach. Somebody was calling it Papa Roach today. Papa Rogers.
Papa Roach?
Yeah, somebody was calling it that in that
Oh my God, I
Sleuthie
haven't heard of
space.
Papa Roach in years.
Right? That was like a band, right? Papa Roach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody was calling him Papa. I'm like, Papa Roach. It's like, but he talks about like 4chan stuff and this other channel. Yeah. I think it's, if anything, like this guy made a really good point, that nerdy attic guy, that if anything he was doing, it was dark web shit, you know?
Yeah.
Or doing it or like he was really good at the technology side of some of this stuff, and maybe he bleached his. I don't think he's
more
that
towards
smart.
dark web.
Right? Yeah. That's what this guy said by the look of that tower. I thought that was interesting that he kind of, you know, like that's the kind of thing that you use, like it's because it's more, I don't know so much about all that stuff, but it's more like personalized where you could like take out video cards and stuff so you could, you know.
Well, Cappy,
He
she
could put
didn't
that
really.
survey on it.
Cappy
That was
said,
on
"Wait,
Reddit,
I
I
don't
think.
understand though. What did she steal?"
She stole like a TikToker's like 3D animation of and sent it to Drip Drop, that crime circus, and he talked about it and then linked her, and she has like only like 300, you know, like a couple hundred. I wonder how much she has now. She had a couple hundred of subs, and it's really this TikToker, and they're not the same person, you know, like her stuff is only on TikTok. She doesn't have, and I looked, it's not like the same at all. You know what I mean? This girl is definitely not living in a van. Like she did it from the beginning. She started like putting like Gray did, but she did it in like 5 videos on TikTok, and she kind of put it together and then put it together after like the affidavit.
And that girl stole it and
sent it to Drip Drop,
and he posted it.
He talked about it and he gave her credit. But Betty also posted it and gave herself credit.
Well, I'm pissed off that she said that if it was proven that the shit was fake, that she would remove that video. She blatantly said that. And instead of removing the video, she changed the title. That's it. Same video, different title.
And the sister thing at the crime scene, she made those members only, which is like...
Oh, did she?
All of them. Like,
Do we know what she changed it from and to?
I don't remember. I'd have to go through my screen recordings. And Kate the Great's the one that said it, and she's not in here right now.
Yeah.
Ellie, I was just thinking I can't do true crime on shrooms because then people are going to be accusing me of talking about true crime on mushrooms.
Yeah. It has to be like like a private discussion. I don't know. Like a research panel or something.
Oh my God. They'd be like, why is this bitch? Because my name would stay Jones, and it would just be like, kind of like, this is what my channel is.
Yeah.
But they'd be like, y'all heard that girl that does true crime and she's always on mushrooms?
When
They
she's
would
never
make it
done them
something
before
else.
in her life.
Yeah, I've never done them. I'm scared.
Oh, good. Cappy figured it out. I'm sorry. I wasn't explaining it good. I feel like
You should be scared because it sounds like your mindset is into this true crime crap a lot and serial killers. And it's all about your mindset, they say. After you learn how to meditate, then maybe you pop you a mushroom.
Yeah, I know I would spaz. I know I would.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My friend says I'm afraid for you to try because I think you'll freak the hell out.
I mean, I just know it would be a bad trip for me because, yeah, I mean, like, all I focus on is not serial killers, but true crime, really. I mean, it's everywhere. I don't know. I'll figure out a way to mesh it.
Yeah, you're figuring it out, you know?
Yeah. If you think of
Yeah.
something, Melly or Granny,
Yeah. Oh,
y'all
definitely.
message me. Because
Yeah, I think it's gonna
I'm
evolve.
I thought
struggling.
she already did. Was that what she thought of? True
Yeah,
crime on
she thought of,
mushrooms?
yeah, but then people, if I label my stuff that, they're gonna be talking shit like, oh, did you hear this bitch? She does true crime and she's on mushrooms. Like, they're gonna make it something it's not.
Yeah, you have to go at it from a different angle. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah,
Mhm.
but it's you're in. Like, I feel like you're getting close. You'll figure it out. You and your mama.
It'll just come to you.
I hope so. All right, Queen's going live at
In like a few minutes. Yeah.
7:15. So let's wrap it up here, and
I
I'll see
think
y'all
Boston's
over there.
asleep.
Sounds good. Oh yeah,
Probably
see,
so.
he's gone. He's drinking his boot.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. See y'all in a minute.
Yep.
Bye, chat. Thank y'all for being here with me. If y'all get any good ideas about merging my hippie with true crime side, let me know. My email's in my about section. All right, guys. I'll catch y'all over on Queens. If not on Queens, then I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Bye.